Everybody in the LGBTQIA community, happy Pride Month. Be safe. Let's protect them. Let's talk about this. They saying whatever. Shit crazy. It really is wild, the shit that they be saying on the daily. I'm like, damn. They want me to be homophobic. No, I ain't homophobic. I mean, I am homophobic, but I ain't. I'm unpacking my homophobia along with my transphobia, along with my misogyny. It's all happening at the same time. All right. Yeah. Male entitlement. Male entitlement is rampant. What y'all feel about that? Is male entitlement not rampant? I don't want to make this seem like this is a new thing. It is not a new thing. It's been rampant. It's not a new thing. It's not a new idea. Male entitlement has been rampant forever. What up, Black Widow? But I definitely want to talk about it. I saw a clip. Somebody sent me something. City Boy still winning. Since when? Since when? How are the fellas doing? The unaliving, the self unalivement is high. The unemployment is high. The lack of education is high. The overall happiness is low for men. How City Boy still winning? Y'all keep telling yourselves that. Y'all keep on telling yourself that. I don't know how y'all winning. Credit score is low. Cholesterol high, blood pressure high. Shit crazy. So let's get into it though. I saw a video. It was interesting to say the least. I ain't gonna listen to the whole thing. We ain't gotta listen to the whole thing. It's pretty long. We might listen to the whole thing. I don't know. But I gotta really talk about it. I was like, wow, this is crazy, man. The stuff, the level of gaslighting that takes place. What is men's entitlement? What does it look like, and who has it? Men have it. It looks like entitlement. Do you not know what entitlement is? Go look it up. Go look up the definition while we're talking about it right now. While we're having a discussion. But we're gonna show you what it looks like. That's what this is about. Right? I'm gonna show you what the male entitlement looks like and what it sounds like. Right? Gaining weight? No. The same. Okay. So I appreciate that, Goldie. So I want to talk about this. Men feel very much entitled in relationships to the point. Let me just read it. Male entitlement. Men think women shouldn't leave for any reason outside of cheating or beating, and a lot of times they believe that you should stay, even suffering through abuses like cheating and beating. But most men can understand if a woman leaves and they say, well, I left because he cheated. Most men will say, okay. Inside they may even feel differently. They may be like, but okay. But what happened? How many times did he sleep with her? They may still try to find something, but no, most of the time, most men will be like, that's fair. Men control divorce / breakups from inside the marriage / relationship, but don't want to do the work to stay together. We don't. I mean, we don't. We're lazy. That's why they're trying to make it harder for women to divorce. So since men can't control, since men aren't interested in controlling the relationship from inside by being healthy, happy, functioning human beings, they would rather try to control it from the outside with the laws, right? So they'll rather make you stay than just be a better person and compel you to stay with them. Sounds like Christian ideology. Christian, part of it. Christian is definitely, but all the religions are like this. Islam isn't like that. Judaism isn't pushing this. Catholicism isn't pushing this. They're all pushing it. Hinduism isn't pushing this. They're all pushing this stuff. So no, it ain't just Christianity. It's men. Yeah, no, it's just men. It's we had that discussion yesterday. It's just the misogyny that pushes it. It's not the religion is a vehicle, like somebody pointed out yesterday. It's a vehicle. It's a way that we get to the destination. You know what I mean? But misogyny is that's the driving force, right? Yeah, men do this worldwide in every single country. It doesn't matter. Men do this shit worldwide. So let's get into it. I'm gonna play this clip from this gentleman. He talks a little slow, right? He talks very, very, very slow, very slow. But we're gonna try to get through as much of it as we can, right?
All right. So this person commented on my post.
Why did I cut the thing off? All right.
I would immediately leave any man who spoke to me like that. Femininity should be protected by masculinity, not abused. Like a bitch. All right, so this person commented on my post saying, I would immediately leave any man who spoke to me like that. Femininity should be protected by masculinity, not abused by it. I would absolutely be disgusted by men speaking abusive language. This is why we have what is called locker room conversations. Because a lot of times when men talk about things out loud that actually work with women, the women start virtue signaling and saying that it's abusive language and they would never allow a man to talk to them in certain ways. And I'm saying that my question in response to her was, you would leave a good man for telling you to shut the fuck up and sit down? What if you need...
You would leave a good man for telling you to shut the fuck up and sit down? That was a real question he asked. You would leave the man for telling you to shut the fuck up and sit down? Is that a good man? Interesting.
To shut the fuck up and sit down. Now, if you're saying that you're the type of woman that doesn't require such strong language, fine. But telling a woman to be quiet and sit down is not abusive. Jazzy. And this is a part of the problem that we have in our society now, where anytime a man is speaking firmly to a woman or giving a woman direction in a strong manner, it's being called abusive. And this is also what we call tone policing.
Telling a woman to shut the fuck up and sit down is beyond speaking to them firmly. What?
For a woman to escape the accountability that the man is actually trying to confront her with, she just starts talking about his tone. Look, I'm all about healthy relationships. I want people to have healthy relationships. But one of the barriers to people having healthy relationships is virtue signaling, is living a lie. And until people start learning how to tell the truth and have real conversations, things that are healthy are going to be called toxic. The idea that femininity should be protected by masculinity is crazy. This is what we call entitlement.
So, let me get this straight. Entitlement isn't a woman should stay with the man even though the man told her to shut the fuck up and sit down. That's not entitlement. That's not male entitlement. A man expecting a woman to stay with him even though he's being disrespectful and being abusive to her, that's not entitlement. But a woman saying that femininity should be protected by masculinity, that's entitlement. This is top flight gaslighting. This is the highest form. This is crazy.
When somebody says that somebody should do something, it means that they automatically think it's supposed to happen irregardless of what they do. Masculinity is supposed to protect femininity when femininity is feminine. But
that's the point. If femininity is feminine all the time, femininity is always feminine, right? What the fuck are you talking about?
All telling the truth, we know that there's so many women out here that have masculine characteristic traits, and they say what? They are alpha females looking for a man to check them. So
I've never heard a woman say that she was an alpha female. In my whole entire long-legged life, I have never heard a woman call herself an alpha female. Stop it.
Now let's say I get in a relationship and I'm with an alpha female, and I now speak to her in a more masculine way. This is not abusive. This doesn't mean that I'm not going to protect her. This means that I met her energy with my energy. Also, men don't mind protecting feminine women. But if I end up in a situation because of something you did, that means that you were not being feminine. Because a feminine person would not come out of the role of being protected and make themselves the aggressor in a situation. So you see a lot of women out here now, you know, they want to argue, they want to be boisterous, and then they like, no, black men don't want to protect us.
You just started off by saying if you tell a woman to sit down and shut the fuck up. What? How did we get here? How did we get here? If you, what? How does that work? I don't understand. So women aren't allowed to get boisterous? You just said this is about tone police. He's contradicting himself. Remember when he said that the women will just they just want to tone police the men? What is he doing? If not tone policing. The woman wants to she gets boisterous. Women aren't allowed to get boisterous. People aren't allowed to get boisterous? Only men can get boisterous? What?
I got a family to raise. I got things that I'm doing. I'm not getting ready to risk my life. I'm not getting ready to white knight and jump into a problem that you have because you wanted to be aggressive and start problems with people. And lastly, we talk about...
If you're scary, just say that. If you're afraid, just say you're afraid. Say, I don't want to do that. I want to make it home. Just say that. I don't even judge you if you say that. I don't judge you for. I'm not gonna shit on you for saying you scary. If you can't do 50 push-ups, I get it. Your wind ain't right. You ain't been training. I get it, fam. I get it. Cause a 3-minute fight feel like a 30-minute run at full sprint. Trust me. If you ever been in a 3-minute fight, that shit feel like you was running 30 minutes flat, straight, like with all your might for 3 minutes. I know.
Oh, the problem with relationships. Why is it saying that you would leave a man because of the way that he speaks to you from time to time? Saying you would leave a man, that's crazy. This person actually sounds young. You know what I'm saying? But
that's not male entitlement. Why do you need what if she just wake up tomorrow? Why would you want to be with somebody that don't want to be with you? That's the thing I don't understand. So if the woman wake up tomorrow and she just don't like the way you smell no more and she want to dip, why are you trying to keep her? Let her go. I don't understand why. What are the valid reasons? Like what are all these reasons?
Because it is one of the things that amaze me is there are so many people out here talking about how hard it is to find a good man, how hard it is to find a good woman. But part of the problem that I see is that so many of y'all leave relationships for the most trivial reasons. You have no endurance. You have no you have no ability to persevere and deal with some hard times. If you meet a man,
what are these hard times? The man putting you through hard times? What? The man putting you through hard times? It ain't even struggle love. He not even talking about money. He's saying the man putting the woman through some shit and she should just stay through that shit. Like, what? You can't make this shit up. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
And he's talking to you in some type of way. Let me say this. I haven't always been the best communicator. You see what I'm saying? But my wife loved me. So she looked at me and she was like, you really hurt me. Then I felt differently. Because I was like, oh, okay. I thought she was trying to turn up. I turned up. She turned down. Now we don't have no problems. But if she was just like...
So he's blaming his wife? Sir, can you make this public? So make sure your wife see this shit, please. Because you only got 2 likes on this post. I don't think either one of them is from your wife.
Like, oh, I'm leaving you because you spoke to me that way. Y'all not gonna have no successful relationships like that. I'm just letting you know. If
That's not a successful relationship. If you're being disrespected in the relationship, it's not a successful relationship. If you're being disrespected in the relationship isn't successful. Just because you're together doesn't make it successful.
the solution when somebody talks to you in a way you don't like to be spoken to is that you're gonna leave the relationship.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Hey, if you want to stay, stay. If you want to stay, stay. That's on you. That's on y'all, whatever. But if you want to leave, yeah, I'm not gonna knock nobody for leaving.
You have no concept of reality. And once again, this person sounds young to me because, like I said, everybody knows when a woman is emotionally attached, they deal with a lot of shit that y'all be talking shit online. But if you was emotionally attached to a man, you talking tough now, but you wouldn't be like that if you really felt a certain type of way about a man. You would give him another chance. You would give him another chance. You would give him another chance. So at the end of the day, all I'm saying is stop virtue signaling. Stop saying that things are abusive that are not abusive. That's a red flag. Next thing you know,
He is literally taking all the buzzwords he heard, applied to misogynistic men, and trying to apply them to women who want to leave misogynistic, abusive men. It's almost genius, except for he's terrible at it. But it's almost genius.
you got kids with this woman and she up there telling the people you're abusive so she can get you out the home and get all the money because she called everything abuse. Okay? Stop saying that masculinity should protect femininity. Ain't no shoulds. If you got a man around you that's willing to protect you, be thankful, be grateful, be appreciative. All right. So
He just ended it there. I'm glad. That's just how the video ended. He was rambling so much, he just stopped it. He probably said some stupid shit after that and was like, nah, we just gonna cut it here. I mean, what? Come on, man. Come on, man. Now y'all see what I be talking about? Like, you know how dudes be like, all I see on my algorithm is women wilding or whatever. That's what I see motherfuckers like this on my algorithm. So I don't know what the fuck. Our algorithms are off. There's something going on. There's a disconnect between our algorithms, right? I'm hearing these motherfuckers all day long talk like this. I'm hearing Don P. I'm hearing this type of dude. I'm hearing what's his name? Hefe. I'm hearing the King Drizzle dude. Like, those are the dudes I'm hearing. And they got a bunch of followers and stuff like that. So a bunch of other dudes are hearing that too. On the other side. Right? Only difference is when I hear Hefe, I hear and when y'all hear him, y'all hear a motherfucking crowd cheering and the roar of the crowd, and you hear birds chirping in fucking spring. It shit sound like music to your ears, but to me it sounds like pure noise. Sounds like the Lulu fucking babble. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I get it. But y'all got to stop acting like it ain't a bunch of dudes out here talking just like this dude, thinking just like this. This dude is married, by the way. So he says this guy has a wife. Free that man's wife, by the way, till she free. Free that man's wife until she's free, cause that's fucking crazy. That don't even make sense. I'm not understanding this at all. Y'all really got to come from behind that bullshit, man. Stop acting like I'm just making this stuff up, and all the shit that we seeing, we just making this stuff up. We're not. There are more men out here that think and act like that dude than the women that you claim are gold diggers, or the women that are in their 40s and now they're crying about being single or whatever the case may be. It's 10 to 1. It's 10 to 1, if not more. There's for every one 40-year-old woman crying about not having kids and regretting not having children or whatever, it's 10 dudes like that telling women to stay in abusive relationships. At least. So if you're not seeing these guys, it's because you don't want to see them. It's because you don't want to see them. That's what I'm saying. Because I get hit with a lot of videos from a lot of red pill content from people because they don't really. Yeah, I get hit with a lot of red pill content, especially on my YouTube page. But like, I get hit with it. My boy sends me a lot of stuff, and all they're doing is reacting to women videos they found on TikTok of women reinforcing whatever idea they have about women. And I'm like, I'm not saying that there aren't women out there who didn't have children and regret not having children in their 40s or whatever. I'm not saying that, but there are far more women who will tell you they're happier than ever and they feel like they made the right choice and they would make the right choice again and again and again. There are far more women saying that than the women that you're finding that's saying the opposite of that, right? That's what I'm saying. That's the thing that I'm trying to, that's the thing that we gotta kind of like get to the bottom of. But y'all don't want to wake that shit up. Y'all want to keep that shit silent. And you're gonna let that one video of that woman saying that you're going to use that to justify the way you feel about. Oh yeah, see, you're gonna end up like her. You're gonna end up alone with your cats and da 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 da. You did it. That and that's what you're using it for. And I'm like, but that's not. Hey man, that's just not reality. The studies don't say that. The women don't say that. Like that's just not reality. It's just not. The women are not doing. They're not doing bad. And you guys are trying to trick them into staying in these relationships, right? You're trying to get them in the relationship. You're trying to get them to agree to be in a relationship with you, right? Because that's hard in and of itself. That's like trying to catch a fish with your bare hand. The shit, you know what I'm saying? Even if you grab the motherfucker, it's slippery. Y'all trying to grab a hold of these relationships is slippery as shit. Y'all can't do it. You don't got the tools for it, right? So when you're trying to do that, and then let's say you do get the woman, right? Let's say you mask long enough to get her to fall for you, right? Now you're in the relationship, and you take the mask off, and now she wants to leave. Now you telling her to sit her dumb ass down and stuff like that. Now she want to leave, right? Now you want to hit her with this. Oh, it's with the shit that old boy was talking about. Now is, oh, you want to leave? Why? I just told you to sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. That was all I was saying. You raised your voice at me first. That's the thing. Now you want to end no fault divorce. Now you want to tell the women that y'all trying to do this like Jedi mind trick shit on the women. Like, well, I guess you guys just aren't tough enough. Huh. I guess you're just not tough enough to stick it out. I guess not. Walking away with your hands in your pockets, hoping she follow you, turning around, hoping she walk behind you. I mean, if you just want to leave, I guess if you want to give up on love, I guess. I guess you just don't love me like I love you. All that shit, all that type of shit. Doing everything but working on yourself. Doing everything but working on your temper. Because you know what I found out. I found out that just because your girl or your wife raises her voice at you, just because your girl or your wife gets agitated or aggravated with you, doesn't mean you have to match her energy. And I don't even view myself as a leader. I view myself as an individual. I don't have to let everybody trigger me. I don't have to let you trigger me. Right? I have control over that. I could decide not to be triggered. something could annoy me, something could be offensive, and then I could literally just decide, I'm not gonna let that offend me. Like I do with my kids all the time. My kids say all types of crazy shit. Kids say the darndest things, don't they? I got the worst parents on the planet. Kids say all types of shit that if you didn't have control of your emotions, you would react to them. Kids do all types of shit. You see what I'm saying? So the same patience that I could have for my child, I'll have it with an adult because kids are humans. So I'm treating my kids like a human. Why don't I treat my wife like a human? Yeah, she said some annoying shit. I don't got to get turned up. Yeah, she getting turned up. Let me drop it an octave before I get agitated. Before I get aggravated. Before I say some shit. Now we fighting for 3 days or whatever. Like that be the shit I be trying to like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like why y'all just be but the truth of the matter is y'all be looking for a reason to turn up. And 90% of the time, you don't even have a reason to turn up. You know what I mean? Y'all don't have a reason to really turn up. Just because somebody yells at you, that's not a reason to turn up. You're still an adult. I could have swore, I'm just going on what y'all be telling me, that men are the leaders. I could have swore that leaders don't follow. Leaders don't. Imagine a leader letting everybody trigger them. Imagine a leader allowing somebody to trigger them and control their emotions. Right? I remember one time I was I was doing some dirt. I ain't gonna even hold you. I was doing some dirt. We was moving some stuff around in the city. We was going to the next city over. I'm in the car with a few of my homeboys. About 8, 9 o'clock at night. And the police pulled us over. Unmarked car. It was some narc shit. They pulled us over. Long story short, they pulled us out the car. They handcuffed us, had us on the curb. And in the neighborhood I live in, if you know anything about gang culture, a lot of people, a lot of the gangs wear teams, like sports teams. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they affiliate. Yeah, Rolling 20s, Insane, West Coast, Rolling 80 Crip. Like it's a lot of it's a few gangs in my city or whatever, right? So, anyways, they pull us over. My homies is one of my homies is from. I appreciate you, Brandy. Thanks for the cash app. Appreciate you. Thank you more. So my homie, one of my homies from Compton, whatever. Long story short, the police was trying to get. They was trying to get me to react to them in such a way so that they could put me on a gang injunction, right? So what he did was he was like, "Oh, it's getting cold out here. Let me put my gloves on." This motherfucker pull out some Pittsburgh Steelers glove, which represents Rolling 20 Crip. So he pulled out some Pittsburgh Steelers gloves and put them on his hands. I seen it, but I'm like, I don't bang. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just standing there, and he was like, "Oh, you like?" He literally doing like this in my face, like, "Oh, you like my gloves?" And I was like, "Nah, not really." And then he was like, "Oh, what? You got a problem with the Steelers? Oh, you got a problem?" Yeah, he's like, "Oh, you got a problem with the Steelers?" Or whatever. He's like, "I bet you're a Cowboys fan," that's the hood I grew up in, rolling the 80s. They wear the colors is blue and gray, so they wear Cowboys colors, right? And I was like, "Nah, I don't like the Cowboys either. I'm a Niners fan." Fucked his whole head up. He thought he had me. I was like, "Nah, I don't like the Steelers or the Cowboys. I'm a Niners fan." I could have easily reacted to the shit. I could have easily, "Hey man, get out of my face. You ain't never had the police flash their light in your face. You just walking down the street, they driving, how they got that hot ass, bright ass light, that white light. They just put that shit all in your eyes. You just minding your business. They want you to run. They want to provoke you. They want you to give them a reason to react, right? You don't have to react. If you feel like your life is threatened, you might want to react. But outside of that, you ain't got to react. That's how you treat your relationship. You don't have to react every single fucking time somebody does something to you that you don't like. You don't have to react, man. But y'all be so fucking entitled and your egos be so big, you can't believe when mind you, I ain't even got to the part where your girl was probably warranted. Her turning up on you was probably warranted. I ain't even got to that part. Let's leave that to the side. Because why is she turning up on you? You ever thought about that? Why is she getting excited? Why is she getting agitated? Could it be you're doing something to her? Could it be you did something to her? We'll put a pin in that. So I'm trying to figure out if that's the case, right? You know, she getting turned up. Why do you need to react to that? Aren't you a whole grown ass person? And for you to run and hide behind that as an excuse to say stuff like sit your ass down, sit the fuck down, something like that. You don't think that that's problematic? You don't think that is grounds for somebody to leave you? How many times before? What if they say it to you every time? What if they say it to you once a week? Is that grounds? Like how many times until, you know what I'm saying? Like when's enough? When's enough? Y'all got to get out of this mindset that just because you don't cheat, you don't beat, and you got a job, everything else you do should be accepted, bro. Absolutely the fuck not. That's not how it works. That's not how it works, man. That's not how it works. How many times did I do that with my wife? I don't fucking know. She lost track and I lost track. She lost count and I lost count. Can I hear the point in asking that? Yeah, me and my wife are still married right now. Yeah. I think you're missing the point with trying to like do this like gotcha shit. That's not how it works. I'm saying, hey, two things. You don't have to react as the man or the person that's getting turned up on, first and foremost. Secondly, she could have left a long time ago and she would have been well within her rights. I'm not telling her, I didn't expect her to stay. I'm not telling her she should have stayed. That the discussion isn't. This man was telling women they should stay under those conditions. I never told my wife she should stay. I didn't tell her that. It's not a matter of it being perfect. It's not about that. It's about recognizing that if somebody wants to leave, they have the right to leave. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If they want to leave, for whatever reason, they can leave. You don't get to tell them no. Oh, you don't get to leave over that reason. Like, what the fuck? No, I didn't know she would stay. The fuck? I don't know what people are gonna do. Maybe that's how you and your husband get down. This looks like the 4B woman. We're gonna block that account too. Yeah. y'all be trying. Oh, it's not? I don't know who that was. They just had that sign. They got blocked. Whoever it was. Oh no, I blocked it. Oh no. I blocked it. Oh, I be blocking it. They tapping and they can't yap. I would block a red pillar in a heartbeat for asking me them questions like that. What y'all talking about? Y'all tripping. Y'all wilding. I want to have a conversation. You ain't about to be in the comments tapping and you can't yap. You ain't got enough followers. Be careful. Tread lightly. Cause I wanted her to come up. I don't mind the banter. Don't mind the banter at all. What's my end goal? What you mean, to retire one day? Joseph Jones made a good point. Let's talk about it, Joseph. You made a good point. 70% of divorce filed by women. That's a good point. It's a good point, man. Hey Joseph, what do you think that means? That 70% of divorces are filed by women. What do you get from that?
Man, what are you doing?
Joseph,
Did he call your name?
hello?
Joe, did the man call your name?
Yeah, I'm calling his name. He on the live right now.
Is she kidding me? I am not going to do that, period. See, Angie, your problem is you're afraid that he won't do what it is that you
Get a
want.
phone to Joseph.
So, I'll tell you what, Joseph got the phone.
Joseph, what you doing, man?
Okay.
Tell him what you tell me all the time. Tell him the truth. Tell him what you're feeling.
Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, I'm in Jamaica right now. But
Oh, you good? You good, man?
okay, so you mean what I mean by the statistics, or what do
Yeah,
you
yeah. I'm saying, what do you think? No, no, no. Not what do you mean, but what do you think it means? What do you think that means? The 70% of women are filing for divorce. What do you think what do you think it means?
I think for the majority of women that file for divorces are mainly more in the white race. But if you're talking about why they file for divorces, mainly because they're not happy with the situation, and it could be a multitude of things. It doesn't really mean the man himself has did something what we would call wrong to them. It could be they're not happy with the situation and what they're doing in their life and what they thought their life might have came out with, for the most part.
So, can I ask you a question? We're gonna play a game, or we're gonna do a exercise
Okay.
real quick. Not a
Sure.
game. We're gonna do an exercise.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. Let's do
So,
exercise.
okay. So, let's say you had a job, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, and this job treated you with respect, paid you well,
Mm-hmm.
granted your PTO, you got raises on cue every year, everything, right?
Yes.
All that treated you with got a 401k pension, whatever, right? All that took care of all the bases, right?
Gotcha.
Would you leave that job?
No, me personally, no, I wouldn't leave that job. But
I wouldn't leave.
let's play another game.
I wouldn't leave. No, no, wait. I ain't
Let's
done.
play
That's
another
that's
game.
that's a part. That's a part of the question. So you
Okay.
wouldn't leave that job? Okay, cool.
No, me personally,
Now,
no.
okay, now, because I wouldn't leave that job. I don't think most people would. Now,
Okay.
let's say let's say you were trying to get hired for a job, right?
Mm-hmm.
And going through the hiring process or whatever, and you find out that they have a 70% turnover rate, right? Like 70% of the people leave a job
Mm-hmm.
within 6 months or something like that.
Yeah.
Would you think would you blame the people or would you blame the job?
See, you want to put me in that situation like that when I know where people be in decent situations, they still leave in decent jobs.
You just said that they didn't.
Yeah.
Me,
Okay.
me,
Let's
me
take
and
the
you, me
okay.
and you agree,
I'm in
Joseph.
the
Hold on,
military.
I got you, Joseph. Wait, back it up a little bit.
Let's
Back it
back
up a
it up.
little bit.
You just asked me
Mm-hmm.
about a job. I'm just gonna tell you, I was in the military.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the better jobs out there when you do 21 years. If
Okay.
you stick it out, you
Okay.
do 20 years and retire.
Okay.
Most people didn't stick it out and do 20 years for whatever
The
reason they did.
military ain't that good of a job, brother. It
Uh,
got a lot of benefits, but the military is the
yeah,
fucking
that's what I
military.
said. Didn't I just say the benefits after 20
I know,
years?
I know, but I'm saying, but you missed what I'm saying.
No, you
It's
missed
not.
it.
You can't compare it to the military because in the military there's abuse, there's disrespect, there's a bunch of. It's not a good job. It's just you get good benefits. It's really not a good job. The job I described, you don't get abused. They respect you. You get paid what you're worth. You got a pension. You get all the benefits, and you get the respect. So why?
Uh,
So you wouldn't, and you and I both agreed we wouldn't leave that
were
job,
you were you ever in the military?
sir. This is not the point. We're not even talking about that.
You just
Like
told me it
you,
wasn't a good job, and I'm telling you, I'm reaping all the benefits of being in the
sir, I'm
military.
not stupid. I know. We all know what my uncle was in the. You think I ain't? I don't know people that are in the military.
You just said it wasn't a good job though, and I'm
It's
trying to tell you it
to
was.
me. It's not being
To you, it's not.
disrespected. Yeah, to
Yeah,
me. To
to
me.
you, it's
I'm gonna
not.
tell you what's a
Okay,
good job. I'm gonna tell you what's a good job. It ain't
okay,
about how much you get paid, right?
okay.
That's a part of it, but it's not. That's not the end all be all. It ain't about your pension. It ain't about nothing. If you get respected on your job and you get paid well, that's a good job. Minus one of those things, not a good job. And in the military, you most certainly get disrespected. Beyond what the military actually does, we don't want to have that discussion, right? I ain't going to talk about that. But The job what your roles are, how you get treated, how you get abused, how you get used. That is the problem, and most of us do, by the way, brother. Most of us do. We live in a capitalist society. We're all getting abused and used for the most part.
That's what I'm saying. So you're gonna have abuse in every. Well,
that doesn't make it right. That doesn't make it right. But it doesn't make it right. And if you have the right to leave.
Can we bring up Kevin Costner?
No. What I want you to do, though, because you haven't answered my question yet. So what I want you to do is, can you answer the question?
What question?
If you were trying to get hired at a job, and you found out that 70% of the people on that job were quitting, would you, in using your logical brain, your critical thinking skills, would you think it's the people or it's the job? What conclusion would you come to more than likely?
I would evaluate it for myself.
Sir, please answer the question, Joseph. It's really not that hard. You don't got to dance around it.
Evaluate it for myself. Tell you the truth.
You don't got to do that. You don't have to do all of that. Just answer the question. Come on, brother.
I'm telling you what I would do.
You wouldn't do all of that. I'm telling you what you would think. I'm asking you, what would you think? No, you can't skirt the question.
At first, if I'm just hearing people just quit, of course I would say,
sir,
Joseph, can I answer the question?
No, you can't. You're not answering the question. It's really like a yes or no question. Do you see what I'm saying? So I don't need I don't need you.
I would say yes. I would think it was the job that was bad. But
okay, cool. Cool. That's all we needed to hear for this argument, right? For this discussion.
Let's go.
So the beginning part was, if the job was treating you and I well, we both agree that we would stay on the job forever. We wouldn't leave. We have no reason to leave. Yeah. And then secondly, if we saw or we came across a job or we found out that any company had a 70% turnover rate, we would naturally conclude that it's probably not the people, it's the job. The job is the problem, right? So let's apply that same logic. Let's apply that. Hold on, Joseph. Now let's apply that same logic to divorce rates. If 70% of women file for divorce, why would women be filing for divorces if the men were healthy and happy and treating them well? I'm not saying no. I'm not saying that never happens, Joseph. I'm not saying that never happens.
There's something better from them on the outside.
I know. Okay, cool. So what percentage of women would that account for? 2%? 4%?
I would say for most of them. I would say most of them.
But that's not logical.
That is logical. You just asked me a question. And
you just contradicted yourself. No, the same. I just told you. Let's apply that same logic.
You said, why would they do it? And I said they would do it because they thought there's something better from outside of the marriage.
Yeah, but most women aren't. Joseph, do you know that most women don't get remarried after they get divorced?
That, but that doesn't mean they don't think there's something better.
No, they absolutely don't. They get divorced going, I'm never going to get with another man again.
There's something worse for them outside.
They go. I don't know if you ever heard the old term, I could do bad all by myself. The women go, and they don't leave and do bad. But I'm saying their thought process is, it can't be worse than this.
Yes,
it's probably going to be better if I leave.
Better for them outside, no matter what it is.
Not a person, though. Yeah.
I didn't say it was.
Hold on, wait. Okay,
I said it was something better for them outside.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I misunderstood what you were saying because that seemed pointless to say. Because obviously they thought.
To say because you asked me why they leave, and I said because they think their life will be better with them outside of divorce. Okay.
Obviously.
That's what they think.
Obviously.
But in reality, it may or may not be.
But in most cases it is.
But if you're asking me if somebody's abusing you or something like that, of course I'm not saying somebody should stay with them.
But majority of the time they're getting abused.
Say again?
The majority of the time they're getting abused.
The majority of the time?
Yeah. Financially, emotionally, physically.
Oh, so we involved in everything now.
All forms of abuse? You only care about one form of abuse? You think if you don't cheat and you don't beat and you got a job, you good to go, right? You could call. You could tell her shut the fuck up and sit in the corner. You could hold on. Wait, Joseph. You could hold on. Hold on. I didn't say men didn't. I didn't say men didn't.
You didn't say that.
So you don't even need to. We're not talking about Joseph. We're not talking about men right now because men don't file for divorce at a 70% clip. So we're talking about the women. The women you brought up, right? So based on that logic, again, men and women get abused. Okay, but based on the numbers. If I'm just being fair, it looks like, let's say men get abused 30% of the time because that's why they leave. And the women get abused 70% of the time and that's why they leave. You see what I'm saying? That seems logical to me.
What you're saying, yeah. But we don't know if that's...
Let's use our critical thinking. That's what I'm saying. You don't have to know everything. You do not live your life based on the things that you absolutely know. That's not you. Nobody could. You wouldn't go anywhere. You wouldn't do anything. You see what I'm saying? So you use critical thinking every single day. So let's keep using it right now. Let's not shut it off to make a point.
I use critical thinking, but if you're asking me a stat and I'm saying, well, can I investigate the stat? And it's like, bring it back and say, yes, this is what we have. Let's just say CDC numbers. The CDC saying, yes, this is a stat. Men and women get abused at this stat and that like that. Yes, I would do that. That's just me.
So at the end of the day, the point is that the reason why the women are leaving is because they're being abused. They're being neglected, which is a form of abuse. They're being financially abused. They're being manipulated. They're being verbally abused. They're being emotionally abused. And they end up leaving the man the same way. If you and I were on a job and the job was doing that to us, we would probably leave. Even if the money was good for the, you stayed in the military, but I would leave. That's why I can never sign. I would leave because you're not about to sit there and abuse me. Like, I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
every job has a form of, you could say, abuse. But yes,
I don't get abused on my job, but yeah, most jobs do. Yeah, I agree.
Well, okay, I can't say every job because then you're gonna say, well, no, not every. Well, yes.
Yeah, no. I mean, let's be real though. I'm just being honest. Like, I have been with companies in what I do, which is in sales, and I have been abused on the job. Like, I've had managers yell at me and stuff like that, and I left. I quit. Right. Then I got to a place where that never happens. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not getting abused on my job. They don't take advantage of my time. My schedule's good. Like, you know what I mean? It's good. Right. You could always want to make more money, but that's about it. You know what I'm saying? But that's about it. Everything else is on the up and up. You know what I mean?
So can we say that both men and women do abuse each other and not just say that
do kids abuse parents sometimes?
Yes, kids abuse parents.
Okay. Yeah, no. Kids abuse parents. Who abuses but who abuses whom way more?
If we had to say yes, men, because they're more stronger, they would abuse women more.
Okay,
yes.
Let's stick way more, not even close. So let's stick to
way
that.
More, okay.
Way more, not even close.
Okay.
Because it wouldn't make sense the other way. You just said it.
I didn't say men. No, I didn't say the other way. I said more.
No, I know. I'm saying way more. I'm saying even just based on this example, on the example you gave, the 70-30, I'm gonna say it's 70-30, but I think it's higher than that. But let's just say for argument's sake it's 70-30. Let's just say we took those numbers at face value to represent the amount of abuse because that's typically why people leave marriages. It's because of abuse, some form of it, right? So and since men file 30% of the time, and since women file 70% of the time, and you have to account for the times when the men wanted to leave too, but then hold on, wait, Joseph, wait, let me finish. And you have to account for the times when the men wanted to leave, but the women still filed, right? Because he didn't want to do the paperwork, or he was dragging his feet, but he was ready to go too, right? And she filed the paperwork,
the men
and then you gotta hold on, and then you gotta go on the flip side where the man files for divorce, but the woman wanted to leave. You know what I'm saying? So let's say those numbers cancel each other out, or they're roughly around the same. Cool. So let's just take it 70-30. That's what I think the ratio is. If I'm being honest, I think it's higher, but just for argument's sake, I'll say 70-30, right? So that proves to me,
we can say that.
Yeah. So that proves to me that men are at the core of the vast majority of breakups and divorces.
So you got Tia on your, what you call it, thumbnail, whatever. You would say you would guess that he was abusive to her in some kind of way.
He was neglectful.
He was neglectful. You would say that because
she said it.
She said he was neglectful. I didn't hear her
she talked about why. She talked about why. What? She did talk about it.
I didn't hear her say anything bad about him.
She did. She didn't say nothing bad. She didn't say nothing. She wasn't like he was a piece of shit and da da da. She didn't say that. She just said what happened.
He was neglecting her feelings some kind of way.
He was neglecting her. And
wow.
And a lot of people think it has something to do with him not making as much money and him not being as successful and so forth. That's what a lot of people came to, but it was negligence ultimately that led to their divorce. On his behalf, he was ignoring her. He was being neglectful to her. She said this. I totally believe it. I don't know why. That's very common. That's not something that's crazy to believe. Like I could see that all day long. And so she left.
I mean, if you feel like somebody's neglecting you, you can say he's neglecting you. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can leave him.
And you can leave them. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have the right to leave them. I'm just. It's
And
just
who's more likely to neglect each other in a relationship?
you talk about older. You're talking about like 40s and 50s. So I would
I'm
say
talking
yeah.
about any age. I'm
Any
talking
age.
about any
You talking about
age,
nowadays? Younger
15 to
age?
50 in
Man, I'm seeing
2024.
I'm seeing a whole bunch of neglect by younger women to men.
How?
Yeah.
How? When?
Now with people saying it, like a lot of people saying with how these women are doing men nowadays. So yes,
How are they doing men nowadays? What are they
they're
saying?
neglecting them. Like you just said, they're neglecting them.
How? In what way are they neglecting them?
In what way they like going out with other dudes and coming home and saying why you bother me, basically.
That's not neglect. That's cheating.
Cheating, neglect, however you want to say it. You neglect and abuse.
So
Like
you're
we don't
saying
even
that
know
women
we don't
cheat.
even
You're
know how
saying that the wait. So you're saying that the young women are cheating more
younger
than
women
yeah,
are
younger women.
doing younger men worse now than what this
Then men did. Then okay.
than the older generation. Yes, I'm saying that.
I doubt that because the older generation was
How
lame.
can you doubt that?
Oh, you talking about the women are doing worse than the older women were doing?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. I can believe
Okay,
that. I
I
can.
thought you
No,
just
no, no.
said you
Wait.
doubted it.
But Joseph. Wait. That's not the. To me, that's not the discussion. But so I'll admit to that all day long. Yeah, I can see women in 2024 being more like. This is what I say. I think that the more autonomy women get, right, financial autonomy specifically, the more you're going to see women doing things that men did to them because they have the freedom to do so, right? It doesn't, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the reasons why women weren't really indulging in that stuff back in the day was because if they did, their whole life, their livelihood, they had no way out. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they couldn't really, you know what I mean? Like, if they cheated, it was dire for them. So they like didn't cheat. It wasn't like a moral thing.
No, it
Like
wasn't
oh
more.
man, I ain't gonna cheat because I'm just better. Like women be cheating too. That's a human thing. Don't get me wrong. This is not, you know what I'm saying. But women are back in the day though. If they cheated, they can get and nobody would give a fuck. You pew a woman for cheating on you. That was whatever back in the day, right? But now if you do it, you're getting charged, obviously, right? So men aren't doing that as much, even though they still do a lot, and women are more open to to cheating on a motherfucker. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying. But that
Yeah.
doesn't mean. But that's not your. That it doesn't mean that women are doing men worse than men are doing women now. That's what I'm saying. All that proves is they're a little bit worse than or treating the men a little bit worse than their grandmothers did. Okay, I can believe that. I could buy into that.
Mm-hmm.
But that
Yep.
doesn't mean they're treating the men. They're not treating the men worse than the men are treating them. That still ain't happened. I don't know what you're talking about. The men are still abusive. The men are still neglectful. The men physically abusive. The men are still emotionally abusive and economically abusive. Still, way more than the women are.
I mean, I can't disagree and say you say way more. You keep saying way more. I can't say
Wait, it's not even close. It's not even close.
okay. All right. I
Not
mean,
even close.
I can't argue with that because I would say they're more. They tend to be more abusive. The way more thing. I don't know about all that.
Bet. You can stay up here. I gotta get to Vincent and then I'm gonna get to Game Bread real quick. I want you to stay. You're gonna like what they're gonna have to say. They got your back, brother. Don't worry. Vincent. Oh, Vicente. I'm sorry, Vicente. Is it Vicente? Yeah, Vicente. Vicente, what's good with you? You there? Oh, Vicente not there. Okay, we're gonna drop him. All right, Game Bread. Go ahead, brother.
What's good, my brother?
Chilling.
Yeah, man. You want to carry on from where you left off, where the 70% clip,
What do you mean carry on? You could do that if you want
like
to.
from the same question.
Go ahead. I don't know what you mean carry on, but you can go pick up wherever
Like
you want
keep
to.
it on the same kind of topic.
Yeah, you could do
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
That's fair.
70% clip. Yeah, man, for sure. Women, I would say even more than 70%. I would put it around 80%, 8 out of 10.
Yeah,
You
I
know
think
what
it's around
I'm
there.
saying? Yeah, I would say that. That's for sure, 100%.
Okay.
Now, you comparing that to a job. And you're saying if you look at a job and you see 80%, 8 out of 10 people quit that job, and what is it, the job or the people, right?
Uh huh.
I would say shit. If you right now, if the job, if you got a job, it just depends if your livelihood is on the line. So if your livelihood is on the line, would you leave that job? My question to you. So you leave this job right here that you feel that it's abusive or you feel it's not good, but you get to lose everything. Would you leave that job?
What? Yeah, it depends on the level of abuse, but yeah, I would leave any job.
Okay, nah, but you about to lose everything. You about to go homeless. Would you leave that job?
Yeah, if I got to. If I'm getting abused either way. What do you
You
mean?
would,
But
so
most people, but wait. Let's not live
let's
in
be
the
logical
extremes.
here.
Yeah, I know. Let's be logical and let's be logical. I love that you said that. Let's not live in the extremes. Most people aren't going to go homeless if they quit their job. So let's not. So let's live in the realm of reality where the
So why,
majority of people live.
so why are you comparing marriage to a job if that's
Because
not the
it's
case?
a very similar concept. It's a very similar thought process.
No, but
Because
people do go homeless when they get divorced.
when? How often?
A lot.
That's you just making that up.
I'm
Don't
not
say a
making that.
lot. How often? What percentage of men go homeless after they get divorced?
Okay, I would say damn near all of them because they end up losing everything. And
Okay,
they
so
have
you
to
just
start from
making hold on
scratch.
game. Hold on game. Do not say
Let's
stuff
be
that you
logical.
know is stupid. That's
Okay,
dumb. Most men don't go homeless
I'm
after
not.
a divorce.
Do
That's
they lose
dumb.
their home? How about that? Let's ask this question.
Do
Do
most
men
men
lose their
lose their
home?
homes? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, but be logical. Let's just live in
Let's be
reality.
logical. I don't fucking know. Do
Uh,
most men lose their homes?
for sure, I'll tell you why they do. All right, because the judicial system, they get a percentage of anything they give the woman. They get put back into their retirement fund. So the
What?
judge is incentivized. So the judge is
No, 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 no,
incentivized.
no, no. Don't start with your conspiracy theories. I don't give a fuck.
There is no
Let's
secret. You
let's
can look
live.
this up.
There is a conspiracy. That's a conspiracy theory. What you're talking
Okay,
about.
so
You're trying to make a game bread. Hold on, brother. Hold on.
all right, my brother. Go
What I want you to do is
ahead.
what I'm asking from you is to tell me what do you think about that? Do you not believe that to be the case? You said the 80, you believe that. Okay. Why do you think the women are leaving? That's the point.
Because they're not financially strapped. You don't think men are happy in a relationship? So you don't think that men get unhappy in a marriage, but yet they're stuck. You don't think that happens?
That can't happen. Yeah.
That can happen, or does it happen?
All the time? Not all the time. Not most of the time. I
Well,
think
nothing is
sometimes it
all
happens
the
though.
time. It's never sunny all day. So there, the sun goes
I know.
down.
I don't speak in absolutes. I'm agreeing. It happens sometimes, but it's not the majority. Like most men aren't trapped in their marriage. They can leave whenever they want to. What are you talking about?
But they end up losing.
How do men end up losing?
Okay, I'll give you a perfect example. Kids. Let's just talk about kids. All right. So I married my wife. I got 2 kids. I'm strapped to this work. I'm providing a house. I got them cars. I got her cars. She got Chanel purses. She got all that. And now, if I'm unhappy because she's neglecting me, she's not doing the same thing that she used to do when we were together, when she caught me, right? She stopped. She's relaxing. Now I'm coming home. She's just chilling. She's not putting in any effort, any work. She's not stimulating my
I hear you. I hear you.
mind.
She not living up to her end of the bargain. Okay, cool. Now you want to
Exactly.
leave.
She's not all that. And I want to switch up now. Now I want to return that. I want a refund, right? The men can't have a refund, but the woman can have a refund, right? So a woman can start over and get her refund, but the man can't get his refund. Where's my
Okay.
refund?
So you're talking about alimony, which is almost never paid out. Only like
No, I'm not
10% of
talking
women
about. I
get.
just said kids, Brody. So
Then what do you mean? What does refund have to do with kids if it's not money? What are you talking about?
So can I not have my kids?
If you fight for them, yeah.
Yeah. So what happens when we do end up fighting? Remember, the judicial system is incentivized, but so
It's not incentivized. You're
it
just
is.
making that up.
You can look this up.
I have looked it up. You're making it up. That's what I'm telling you. You heard
I
that on
looked it up and I
TikTok.
found the opposite. But let's just leave that alone. We don't even have to talk about it. We're just talking reality. All right. So if I get a partner and my partner, and this
Wait,
actually-
Game Bread. Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead,
Who
boss.
who spends more time with your kids right now? You or your wife?
I don't have no kids, but I do have a wife. God didn't bless us yet. We're
Okay.
actually trying.
Okay.
You
So
sure?
in the majority of cases, who spends more time with the kids, the woman or the man?
The babysitter.
Game Bread. Don't make me drop you.
Come on,
Answer the
let's
question.
Be logical. Are most women stay-at-home mothers?
Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. Please don't play in my face. Pause. Can you just answer the question? Who spends more time with the children, the mother or the father?
Oh, can I say about my upbringing then?
No.
Can you asking me a question that's
All right, I'm gonna have to drop you, bro. I'm gonna move on to Vicente. I'm gonna come back to you. You playing y'all. I don't got the time today. Go ahead, Vicente.
Hey, what's up with it, brother? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Shit is crazy.
Yeah, I didn't.
I ain't what the
I didn't
truth would
drop out
do.
last time. I didn't know I was on mute. So
Oh, okay,
forgive me for
yeah. I
that.
didn't know. I should have told you was on mute. I said you was on mute, but you
Yeah, I
good
was
though.
trying to unmute it. I thought it was up to you. That was my fault. Forgive
Nah,
me
you
for
good.
that.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. So y'all been catching a couple of your lives popping up on my For You page. So my question was, what's your end goal, brother? Because everybody on this app have a goal for what it is they trying to accomplish.
Yeah,
So I'm
my end
just
goal is
curious, what's your
super
goal?
easy. My end goal is to have as many men as possible stop lying to themselves and stop lying to everybody else and be better people. Treat
Right.
everybody
Right.
better. That's my end goal.
Yes, I agree. I agree that everyone should be better. I think I support
Specifically
you on
men.
that when you say
Yeah,
men.
specifically men. No, I don't talk to women. I don't. This is specifically for men. My message is geared specifically towards men who need to hear the message to be better people.
Right.
Specifically
Right.
to men.
Yeah, I can respect that. Yeah, and that's a lot of my message too. But I'm a firm believer that a lot of the things that are accomplished in this world that are worth living for is through a woman.
Okay.
So I believe that not only the men should fix themselves, but I think all humans, men and women included, should work on being better people.
What do
So when
you
they
want
get what
women?
they say,
What do you want women to be accountable for?
I want them to be accountable for their own happiness, like every human on this planet is.
Okay,
It's
so
not
they're
anyone's.
already accountable for their happiness. So what do you want them when
In
you
what
say
way, my
that they
brother?
need to work? Hold
In
on,
what way?
Vicente. Let me help you out. Let me help you. So when you say that men and women
Yeah,
need to
go ahead.
work on each other, right? What I'm gonna tell you what I'm talking about, and you tell me how this would work the other way. So you're gonna represent the argument for women being better people as a group, and I'm gonna make the argument for men being better people as a group, right? That's what I'm saying. Better people as a group. Okay. So my idea is men have all the
Right.
power, the economic power, the social power, and the political power in this country and in this world globally, right? And for 1,000 years, if not, more than that, but let's just go back 1,000 years. And since all of these systems were built by men, right, whatever problems are created by these systems have to be blamed and attributed to men as a group, right? Maybe not you and me, directly, but as a group, you and us, men as a whole, because we built the world, so we got to take credit and we got to, credit for the good and the bad, right? So what I believe is that two groups of people cannot oppress each other simultaneously. I don't think that women can oppress men while also simultaneously being oppressed by men, right? So there has to be an oppressed and the oppressor. And in this particular instance, I believe that men are the oppressors and I believe women are the oppressed. Do you not agree with that?
I don't agree with the last part, but everything else that you said, I'm on board with you.
You don't think that men are the oppressors?
No, I never said I don't think men oppress. I agree when you say there can only be one person that oppress, and another person has to be the receiver of it. I agree with that. I agree with that. Men also have created this system that we have, so therefore men are responsible for how the system play out. I agree with you on that. Where I disagree is in this system we have roles that we play. And a lot of work has been played out to make sure that these roles can be erased and everybody get a fair chance. The reality of the situation is that's not the game that everybody is playing. There's a lot more. Well, I want things to be the way that I want it to be. Let's use a little bit of the old. Let's use a little bit of the new. Not everybody's on board with that.
I just asked you a simple question. Are men the oppressors and women the oppressed? Yes or no?
Say that again, brother. I didn't hear you clear.
Are men the oppressors and women the oppressed? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Then, and since men and women can't simultaneously oppress one another, right? Since women can't simultaneously oppress men while being oppressed, that doesn't make sense. It's never happened in the history of niggerdom. I believe that it's up to, I believe it's up to men solely to fix the problem. I believe it's 100% on us to fix the problem. I don't think that women need to fix
I can hear what
anything
you're saying,
because what can they fix? What would you want women
but
to change? What I'm asking you, Vicente, is what do you if women fixed whatever you think they need to, like, give me an example. I'll give you an example for men. If men stop being violent, I think the whole world looks different tomorrow. Do you agree to that?
I agree.
Okay, cool. Now give me an example like that for women.
Okay. I think if women could make a choice about what it is that they wanted, because a lot of manipulation happens. So if they can choose exactly what they wanted, what position they want to play in the society, that would eradicate a lot of problems as well.
What does that mean, Vicente?
Women want men that provide for them, right?
Nope.
But if women are the providers, then why don't they
Nope.
provide the way that men do?
No.
No, what?
I don't agree that women want providers. Women want economically viable men.
What is that not the same thing as being a provider?
No, because they're both economically viable. If she makes $60,000, she wants a man that makes $70,000. That's not a provider.
Yes. I mean, I don't see why it isn't. Women want
So
men
is
that
she
make
a provider?
more than
Wait. So is she the provider too? Are y'all both providers?
that. It's supposed to be that way.
Okay, then she's not looking for brother. If you're both doing it, male funny. If y'all both doing it, if you're both doing it, then you're not providing for her and she's not providing for you. You guys can provide for yourselves independently. So you're not providing for one another. Financially at
Yes,
least.
when you're an independent entity, yes, you're providing for yourself. But when you become a union, you become the sole bread provider as a man.
That's not
It isn't because you want to.
Wait. Who
It's
told you that? Who told you that? Where
it's
you
the way
getting that
the
from?
system is set up. It's the way it's been
It's
for
not.
decades.
Sir, 70%
Yes.
of married women work, Vicente. What are you talking about?
And
70% of
who's
married women
paying the
work.
majority? And who's taking care of the family? Who's taking care of the financial
You
needs for
and
the
that's
family?
I love that you said that. Mute up, brother. You got a lot of background noise. You can unmute, but just mute up for right now because I don't want to. Because I'm gonna break this down for you real quick. So that's why women don't. That's a big reason why women don't like to sign up for relationships with men nowadays. Where that whole 50-50 argument comes into play. You just said it. So who takes care of the family? The women take care of the family. Gain bread. The women take care of the family, right? So the women take care of the family, but they also work just as much as the men do. Fuck how much money they make. If they make $4, $5, or $6, $7,000 less than the man, that's irrelevant. They both work 40 hours a week. Who cares? They both work 40 hours a week. But then she comes home and does the vast majority of the labor inside the house. So that's why women are not signing up to be able. That's a reason why, not the only reason. That's a huge reason why women refuse to sign up to be in relationships with men, for that very reason. That's, to me, that's a very big reason to not want to get in a relationship with a man. And it's super easy to see, and and everybody knows that that's probably going to happen. The men know that that's probably going to happen because you just said it right now. Who's going to take care of the kids? The women. That's what they do. They run the households. But then they also, nowadays in 2024, they also go out and work. They also have degrees. You see what I'm saying? So they're like, why am I signing up to be with Vicente? For us to make the same amount of money, but for me to come home and do all the labor? That's crazy.
Brother, you putting words in my mouth I never said.
What?
You putting words in my mouth that I never said.
Well, can everybody reply, or should I have to wait? Or how is it going?
You could reply after Vicente. Go ahead, Vicente.
Yeah, you putting words in my mouth that I never said, brother. I'm simply making a point that if women are working just as much as men, then what's the issue that the women can be the providers? I was raised to be a provider as a man. I was also raised that anything that happened in my relationship is my responsibility because I am the man. So I get what you're saying because that's how I was raised. What I'm saying is, if women don't want to be married, they don't want to be stay-at-home wives. They want to be independent. They want to make their own money. They want help in the household, taking care of the children and all the household duties. Then why is it such an issue that you should provide financial help as well? That's
They
what I'm
don't have
saying.
an issue with that. You're just making that up.
I didn't make it up, brother.
You are just
I didn't
making
make
that
it
up. I just told you that 70% of married women work. I already blew up your argument. The
And they
vast
don't
majority
pay
of women.
the bills. They're not
Huh?
paying the bills.
What
They're
are
not
you
paying.
talking
They're
about?
paying their bills.
Once
They're not
again,
taking care of
that's
the
not
man
Vicente.
and the children.
Vicente,
They're taking care of them
hold
and their
on,
kids. The man is independent.
hold on. Are you married?
Yes.
Okay. So you're speaking from a personal place, you're
No,
not speaking for.
personally, I provide for my family, and my woman works, and all the money that she makes, she can do whatever she
So
wants.
you're
She's
speaking
not
for
forced to do
yourself.
anything.
Hold on. So
No,
you're speaking. Hold on.
I'm
Vicente. Stop. So you're speaking for yourself. That's what you're doing. You're projecting. Your situation onto everybody else. You
That's
said
not what's
that
happening, brother.
that is what's happening. You literally just
It's
said
a
it.
choice. I'm saying that there is a choice, and you're saying that there isn't. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that you have a choice as a man and a woman to decide what your happiness is going to be and how much you contribute to your household. Society says that the men are dominant. The men need to have women at home and oppress them with financial means. That's not what I'm saying, because I don't live that way. That's why I gave you some insight of how my relationship works, because my woman has a choice. She
Okay.
can choose to contribute to the household however she see fit, because it's her choice of how her
Yeah,
happiness is
that's
going to
not
be
the
attained
majority. That's not the
through
majority of
herself.
women. I know that's not the majority of relationships. Stop projecting.
And that's what
Stop.
I'm trying to say,
I
brother.
know,
That's why that's my end.
sir. That's not the majority of relationships. That's what I'm telling you. So what you're saying doesn't apply. I'm talking about the majority, not the minority. Stop saying me. Stop centering yourself in this conversation,
No, I
because we're not
use me
talking
as an
about
example
Vicente.
so you can
I know.
understand.
Don't
I'm
use you
speaking
as
about
an
the majority.
example. You're a terrible example. That's what I'm saying. Now, I'm not.
So
No, this is
you
not me
want men
talking
to be
bad on
more
you. I'm saying you're
responsible.
not. You're not. The reason you're a terrible example is because you don't represent the majority. That's what I'm saying. So talk
How do I
about like
not
if
represent the majority? I am what the
because
women are saying that they want.
they
They
don't.
want a man that's going to provide for the family
Vicente,
without
hold on.
expectations of their finances
Hold on,
being in
Vicente,
play.
Vicente. Where I have to always remind you guys, there is no way in hell you talk to more women about this stuff than I do. Impossible, right? Besides all the studies and all of that stuff, we just gonna live in the anecdotal world. There is no way you talk to more women about this than I do. There's 1,000 people in here, most of them women. I promise you, if we ask them, do they agree with you? The vast majority would say no. So you gonna say that they all
What are they
lying?
disagreeing with?
That the majority of women want a man that's going to provide for that be the sole provider for the house, and not to say want. The word want, I think, is getting, that's semantics at this point. I'm saying that women are not, they're not saying I'm not going to be with a man unless they do this. That's not what the women are saying. I also wouldn't mind a woman that made $1 million or $500,000 or $300,000 that could do it. Who wouldn't want that? Oh, a lot of men don't want that. I know a lot of men are afraid of women who make. I gotta mute you up. You got a lot of background noise. I know a lot of men don't want a woman to make more money than them. I'm not one of those men. I don't give a fuck. You make more money than me, it don't matter to me. Because I've been in a relationship for a long. Vicente, stop muting. I'm not muting you to be rude. You can't. I can't hear. Your background is your background noise is loud. It's windy. So what I'm saying is that far too many times, or I mean, there are way too many women that are saying what I'm saying, which is, yeah, I just want to be with a man who treats me treats me like a human being, respects me, values me, helps me out. I want a partnership. I want, you know what I mean? Like, I want help. I want this. I want that. That's what the vast majority of women are saying. The vast majority of women are saying that's what the polls are saying. That's what the when they get divorced, that's what's going on. Whether the man provides or not, the women are still dipping because that man ain't helping or he's neglecting them. That's what I'm saying. The vast majority of the time, Bill Gates and his wife got divorced, right? It ain't about the money. It ain't about providing all the time. Sometimes people get tired of that shit. Women get tired of being neglected, right? And money can maybe make her stay a long time because maybe you can make up for it in so many ways. But a lot of times, women get tired of that shit too. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Women, do you want a provider like Vicente? As of right now, 51 votes are in. 96.4% say no. We're gonna follow that. Go ahead, Abdul. I'll get back to you. Vicente. You can stay up here though, brother. I ain't gonna drop you. Go ahead, Abdul. I wanna bring in Abdul. He wanted to say something. Go ahead, Abdul. Abdul, you there, brother? You gotta unmute, fam. Abdul, what's good with it, man? You gotta unmute. 2 seconds ago, you was trying to get it in. Now you can't unmute. That's crazy. There
Me?
you go. There you go.
Oh, my brother, relax, relax, relax. Okay. What's up?
Good. What's happening, man? What you want to say?
No, no, I was just listening to the conversation. So, why are you blaming all the guys for everything that's happening to marriages?
Because men are responsible for you. You missed the whole point. I hate that. I never can understand how you guys are up here listening, but not. Why are you up here not listening? That's crazy. You know it's disrespectful, right?
I just,
The poll is in. 141 votes came in. That's a lot of people who voted. All women looks like 95.04% said no. They don't want a provider like Vicente, and 4.96% said yes. So yeah, there you have it. So the reason why I'm blaming men is because men are to blame for the vast majority of the breakups and divorces. We abuse more, we neglect more, we manipulate more, we lie more, we cheat more. Who else am I supposed to blame? Abdul, you're muted. Who muted him? I know I didn't mute him. Abdul muted. Hey, go ahead, Game Brad. You can respond.
I got you, big dog. So you addressed me when you said they're doing the chores at the house, but the question wasn't that. The question was who spends more time with the kids.
That's
right?
what I said.
Right. You brought it back to chores.
No,
right?
I didn't.
Yeah, it was just in this conversation. You said they're coming home, they're doing all the stuff and taking care of the house. But your questions to me was who spends the most time with the kids, right?
To either question, the answer would be the women. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter to the kids or to the cooking and cleaning and everything else.
We could do simple logical math on that.
I don't need to do logical math. It's been proven 10,000 times. Every single study proves that women spend more time with the kids and spend more time doing the labor in the house. So I don't need your logic. It ain't going to be logical. I already know it's not going to be. It can't be logical if it disagrees with that.
Okay, so can I speak and then you just allow me to go ahead and deliver what I'm trying to do?
Go ahead, man.
All right. So there's 24 hours in a day, right? We can all agree on that. That's objective. And we know that women work. Well, my women haven't worked, by the way. Towards 2009, my woman has not.
We don't care about your personal story.
I'm just saying.
I don't care. I couldn't care less about it.
Poll on that. Go ahead and poll on that. Do you want a provider like me? My woman got Chanel purses, Louis purses. She drive a Benz. She got an online business she doesn't even use.
Put it up for Game Bread too. Run the same poll. Game Bread want to see if he fares any better than Vicente.
For over 15 years. Baby, have you worked in 16 years?
Say what?
Have you ever worked in 16 years?
No.
Okay. All right. So there you go. So for 16 years, put that poll up. For 16 years, baby.
Hold on, sir. I promise you. We're going to run the poll game, but we don't care. We just going to do it just for shits and giggles just so you can see because you wanted it.
Foreigns,
got you. I'm gonna mute you up. I'm gonna mute you up until you want to get back to what we talking about because I couldn't care less about your personal story at all.
That's what we're talking about. 24 hours, right?
Yep.
24 hours. So we know that 9 of those hours are spent at school, right? And we know,
9 hours spent at school.
9 of those hours, 9 of the 24 hours are spent in school. And we
For
know,
who? Who spends 9 hours at school? What you talking about?
Kids spend 9 hours in school.
Who kids?
Any kids.
What?
So you don't think kids spend 9 hours at school?
My baby goes to school from 8 to 2.
Well, that's, usually for my school, I don't know how school changed so far, but
4 o'clock here.
4 o'clock, right? All right, so until 4 p.m., that's without extracurricular activity, no football program, no cheerleading, no none of that. They come out at 4, they go in at 7 or 8. That's when you drop them off. So we know they spend 9 hours of school. Let's just say 7 to appease you. Let's just say 7 hours of school. All right? Now let's just talk about sleep. Let's just say they're not getting enough sleep and they're only sleeping 6 hours a day. That's 13 hours a day that they're not there, right? So who is there with the kids the other 10 hours? Only the women or the men and the women?
It's not who's there, it's who spends the most time with them.
That's the question. So
that's not the question. The question is, I'm in my house right now, but I'm on live with you guys. So I'm not with my kids. My wife is with my kids. One of my sons just walked in the room right here. But my kids are like, I'm not with, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not with my kids right now, technically. I'm in the house though. Vicente, 149 people voted. Looks like 97.99% said no, they do not want a person like Game Bread. I'm sorry, not Vicente, like Game Bread. Go ahead, Jackson.
Of course they don't. Until they got $50,000 worth of person. But anyway, So anyway,
Freaking coconut.
so alright.
So yeah, I don't want to play the logic game. Your math ain't mathing. You're not being logical. And everybody knows that women spend more time with the kids and they do more cooking and cleaning than men do. Let's just be real.
You said spending time.
I just said both.
You understand?
Spending time with the kids and cooking and cleaning, both. Either.
Woman doesn't get on the phone.
No.
She's online right now. So when she's on the phone, who's with the kids? Is she still with the kids?
What?
When she's on the phone,
my wife don't talk on the phone.
That's personal experience.
Why are you asking me about my wife then? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Stop asking about personal experiences.
When a woman,
keep it general.
When a woman gets on the phone,
stop making assumptions, bro. Not everybody is a fucking chatty Cathy. Not most women don't even be having fucking hobbies and shit. They be with their kids. Okay. Men be having hobbies. How many video games do you play? How much sports do you watch?
None. I get money.
See what I'm saying?
So none, zero. I don't do none of that. I get money.
But most men watch sports. Most men play video games. Most men do other shit. Go ask a mom. Hey, when was the last time you did any fucking thing for yourself? About 2008. When was the last time you went to brunch and yada yada? Shit, I ain't been to brunch since I was in college.
Man, I don't know what women you talking to, man.
Most women, married women, married women, women with kids,
women that go on brunch.
women who be with their kids.
Okay.
Women who be with their babies.
You're painting with a general paintbrush, bro. You painting a wide.
Yes, paint with a general paintbrush. Stop painting with the paintbrush that you from your household, brother, because that don't apply to everybody.
But that's not what you're saying. Is not true.
What I'm saying is actually, look, not the lip, brother. I'm telling you that statistically, women spend more time with they spend twice as much time with the kids than men do per week. Statistically, that's proven. And then if you talk about, I just saw the numbers the other day. It was like women spend, I think they spend like 2 weeks more a year worth of hours. They spend two weeks a year hours when you do the hours, right? More than men doing housework. That's a fucking lot of hours.
Again, chores. My women don't do no housework. But anyway, that's my personal thing. But anyway, so you're talking about chores. We're talking about spending quality time with the kids. That's what we're talking about. You're bringing it back to chores.
Nah, bro. All right, this is going around in circles.
You don't like being in a formal debate when you're debating your actual points. What? You know, and you have to make sense now. You're saying spending time, or you're saying chores? Chores, I agree with you. Spending time, I don't, because I know fathers that be in the field with the football with their kid in the football program for about 6 hours. You see what I'm saying? And I know a lot of fathers like that.
Yeah, that's cool. Cool story. Woman, do you neglect your kids when on the phone? 97.3% said no. 2.7% said yes. Go ahead, P. I'll get to you, Vicente.
I'm not gonna be here too long. Because I'm typically on your side anyway. But this is sort of to Game Bread and a few other people. A lot of y'all that be talking like that, that's cringy as fuck, first of all, because your wife is right there. You talking like that about women in front of your wife. That's weird, number one. Number two, a lot of y'all wives be hitting me up.
Wait, hold on, Game Bread. Let that man, let that man talk, man. Hold on, let that man talk, Game Bread. That man just came up here. Let that man talk.
Listen, I've been giving relationship advice for over 10 years. And when I tell you that, I had NBA players' wives hit me up. I see people on your live, public, and their wives have hit me up. Talking about, please don't post this because my husband is on TikTok. Yeah, bro.
Nah, fam.
Yeah.
Nah, fam.
Listen. I'm going to DM you. And I'm gonna
hey, brother, I'm like, give it to me. Let me get it.
Yeah, so a lot of these dudes be thinking they got it like that. And your wife is crying low-key behind your back. Just want to let you know that. That's all I got to say anyway. So keep doing you.
Hey, I love the messiness, P. Keep it messy, fam.
580, boy. Let her cry in the S580. You see what I'm saying? So what you're saying, it doesn't even affect. I know what's going on this side. You know what I'm saying? You got some other good things going on that wasn't there. My girl been with me from the floor since 19 years old. She been with me when we were sleeping on the floor.
All right, you got it, man. Your women love you. We love you. We love that for you.
Nah, but he said a lot of you women's wives be don't.
He just said in general. He didn't say yo woman.
Nah,
you ain't got to get defensive.
He just said cringy when my wife is over here agreeing with me.
That I do agree with. The cringy part, I felt that one. But the other part, he wasn't talking to you directly.
Nah, don't feel emasculated when you hear me taking care of everything, and you can't do that, my guy. You see what I'm saying? You
feel emasculated.
No, I'm talking about the other guy that was talking. Hey, man, don't feel no type of way that I'm a big man over here, bro. Don't feel that type of way.
I don't be feeling like.
Don't make me emasculate you, Brody.
What? Yeah. Emasculate?
No, I'm talking to the other guy.
I know, but what you saying though? What does emasculate mean? What does emasculate mean? Game brand. What is game brand? What does emasculate mean?
Yeah, I'll make you feel less than a man.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, less than a man. You can't do what I do, man. You can never do, boy.
Yeah, okay.
Boy, there's a kilo on my a kilo of gold on my neck.
These
my wife got a half a kilo.
Public. These dudes be emotional as hell.
You hear? That's about to cry. Man, it's Pride Month, man. Step on out, baby.
Oh man,
it's Pride.
It is Pride Month, nigga. Have some pride. Stop, stop telling us how much gold you got on your neck. We do not care.
Public, imagine the low self-esteem you gotta have to be like,
I thought we was gonna speak in general, fellas. It sound very personal.
I know he getting personal. He getting personal. He can't let it go. Hold on, we gonna mute up. We gonna mute up. He did. You right. He did. P, you did get personal. Okay, that's he right.
My bad. All right.
Hey man, it's water under the bridge now. Vicente, you right. Thanks for bringing us back to reality. Hey y'all. Hey, let's keep the live going, man. Keep the live alive. Bang the cash out one time. Y'all know what it is, man. Are you not entertained? This shit is entertaining as fuck to me.
Hey, brother, let me get 2 more minutes in before I dip, because I'm gonna take my family out so we can have a get together.
Yeah. Go do your thing, man.
Yeah, I appreciate that, brother.
Yeah.
But yeah, my ultimate point was that happiness is an individual thing. I'm not opposed to women leaving marriages. I'm not opposed to a woman working or being a stay-at-home wife. I think you should find your happiness in whatever makes you happy. That's my whole point. I don't disagree with a lot of your points. I think men are responsible for what happens in this world because it's a world that men built. I was raised this way. So that's not the point that I was making. And I only made it personal about my wife because you asked me. I was keeping it in general.
I didn't ask about your wife.
You did. You asked me was I married? And then you said I was projecting everything that I was saying when I was speaking general.
I just asked you were you married. I didn't ask you what's going on in your. I was just curious if you were married because the things you were married. I know.
And then you muted me, and then you started saying I was projecting and all these other things because I didn't realize I was muted.
You were projecting because you literally, after I asked you were you married, you said yes, and then you started to tell me all the stuff that was going on in your, and I was like, yeah, you're projecting. You're like, I don't do that. Me and my wife, and I was like, that's projection. Stop saying that about everybody. You did say that, brother. Come on, man. Why y'all always be trying to lie to me? Like, come on, man.
Bro,
I can hear you.
Reason to lie.
You do. You don't even know. Here's what I'm saying. I don't know if you be lying. I'm sorry. I take that back. Let's not say you lying, right? I think y'all don't really be having a point. And so you get lost in your own point. You forgot all the shit you told me. That's what I'm saying. I'm not even no cap. I heard what you said. You literally started to bring up I was asking you in general what was going on, and you said this is most women want men to provide for them. And I was like, Correct. Who told you that? And then come to find out, that's how you get down. So I was like, okay, you're projecting because I haven't heard that. That's not what I've heard from most women. I've heard it from some women, not most women.
I've heard it from a lot of women, my brother. I've been in live just like you. I haven't been talking to him directly, but I've been in live. I know,
but I talk to more. But listen to what I'm saying over there. That's what I'm saying. But I talk to more women than you about this, like without a doubt. I hear that you be in lives too. I get that. I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying beyond, because y'all don't care about studies and stats anyway. That's what I'm saying. Beyond the numbers and all of that stuff, just what we can observe. I'm saying it doesn't make sense. What you're saying doesn't make sense to me because the vast majority of women are work in their relationships, right? Yes. There are more employed black women than there are black men. Like, so for a black man to say, oh man, these women just want a man to perform. I'm like, when did that happen when black women always been working first and foremost? Now you fast forward to 2024, all women work, for generally speaking, groups of women, right? For the most part. So what you're saying doesn't make sense. That's not how it gets down. So, it doesn't make sense. They still work, and they're not living off of one income because that doesn't make sense either. The average man makes The average man makes $60,000 a year.
All right, brother.
Let's follow the logic. The average man makes $60,000 a year. Not black man, just man in general, right? Whatever. $60,000 a year. Okay, cool. So you mean to tell me, and the average woman make about $55,000 a year, $50,000 a year, let's say, right? Okay, cool. So you mean to tell me that they get into a relationship with one another? This man continues to make the same $60,000 a year. She continues to make the same $50,000 a year, but she gets to just spend her whole check on whatever she wants, and they living off of that one $60,000 check a year. That's fucking dumb. That's not logical.
That's not what I said, brother.
That is what you said. That is what you're saying, though. That's what you're saying. You didn't say it in that way because. Oh, go ahead.
You're not letting me speak though. What I'm saying is, both of them have their individual income. They get together and then they figure out who's going to pay for what. The majority of the time, in general, the man is going to pay significantly more bills. That's what I was trying to say.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what you're saying is dumb. It's not. It's illogical.
When that's reality?
I'm sorry. It's not reality. It's not reality because once again, stop. Listen.
It's reality.
What? No, it's not. It doesn't make sense. Most people.
You're not paying 50-50 or 100.
Oh my God, be quiet, man. Most people in relationships make roughly the same amount of money. Most women who are married don't make 60 grand and their husband makes 120 grand. That's not the case. Most women who are married, their men make within the same, with 5-10% more. Not that much, but like they're not making a significant amount more than the women. They marry and date within the same socioeconomic status level, right? Okay, cool. That's statistically proven. So we could just apply the same logic across the board. Once again, so a man is making $120,000 a year, and his girlfriend or wife is making $90,000, $95,000, $100,000 a year, but they decide that we're going to basically live off of his income alone, right? That means $100,000 to get you how much of a house? Right? If you're making that much money, you ain't living in this fucking sticks. You probably living in a metropolis. You probably living in a metropolitan area. So you need another $100,000 earner so you can get a fucking house. You need that shit so you can keep up with the inflation. You need that so you can get a car. So you can have insurance. So you can go on vacation. Nobody, logically speaking, is going, unless the money she's making is $25,000 a year, $30,000, unless it's like that type of money. Then I would understand. Yeah, keep your money. Because what is that going to do? Ultimately, even that is enough money. But I'm saying, I could see that, right? She got little odd jobs on the side. You just spend your money on yourself, honey. I'll take care of the heavy lifting. I can see that. But the majority of marriages and relationships, the people who are in them make about the same amount of money. That's what I'm saying. That's logical. That's mathematically, that is statistically proven. What you're saying doesn't make sense based on that science. That wouldn't make sense. $100,000 dude making $100,000 marrying a woman that makes $90,000 and saying, no, honey, you keep your 90, we'll just spend my 100. Where? What planet? Are you serious?
You misinterpret what I said, brother.
Okay, go ahead. Say it one more time for everybody to hear.
I'm going to tell you because I'm going to repeat it. I said that I pay the majority of the bills. My woman works as well. She can pay whatever she see fit. It's not because I don't want her to pay. It's because she don't feel forced to pay. I'm not forcing her to do anything because before I was making the kind of money I'm making now, we still have the same arrangement. She could pay what she wants to pay, what she can afford to pay, and I'll pay the difference. That's what I'm saying. There's realistically, logically, it makes no sense for one person to pay for everything when it comes to the family. It makes sense for that to be split up. I'm a firm believer of the 60-40, 70-30. That's what I feel because it's helping both of us. I don't believe in 50-50 because it's not going to work out.
And why are you doing 70-30, sir? What is she doing with the rest of her time if she don't got to make that much money?
She works. She has her own happiness. This my whole point.
And what does she do?
She does what makes her
happy. Does she not take care of you? Does she not take care of y'all kids if y'all got any? What is she doing?
She's doing the same thing that I'm doing. We're raising our family together.
Who does more of the labor?
What I'm talking about is
who does more of the labor at home? I know. Who does more of the labor at home? You or her?
I do. That's personal. I'm speaking in general because we're gonna keep it general.
No, you
Personally,
can't
I do
vacillate
more
between
home
personal
labor.
and general. Now you wanna do general again. No, sir.
No,
So you
you
telling me,
keep
hold on,
bringing it to
Vicente,
general.
hold on, Vicente. So you're telling me that you make more money than her. You allow her to pay
Yes,
whatever bill. She could put $1 on the light bill if she feel like it, whenever month she want to. And you
correct.
come home
I'm
and
an
do the
anomaly.
majority, and you come home and do the majority of the labor in the home.
Correct. I am an anomaly. I'm aware of that. That's why I'm not trying
Boy,
to speak
if
from
you don't,
personal. That's why I'm not trying to speak from personal. That's why I'm trying to keep it
that's
general
all
with
you've
you.
been doing is
Because I
speaking
know
from
it don't
personal.
sound believable. I know
It's
it don't
not
sound
believable.
believable.
Bring your
But
wife on
I'm
here.
not doing it for her happiness. I'm doing it for mine.
Let's
Because
ask
I
her.
like for things to be clean. That's how I was raised in my household under my mother.
Yeah, let's ask
That's
her.
personal. In
Got you.
general, I believe that men and women should work on their own individual happiness.
I want to
That's why
ask
I'm
your
not
I want to ask your
disagreeing with
wife. Do you
men
do you do the
leaving
majority of
and
the labor at
women
home?
leaving.
Y'all got
She will
kids?
tell you I do.
Y'all got
Yeah, we
kids?
have one child together. We have a son.
So y'all got a son, and you're telling me
Yeah.
that you spend more time with your son. You do who you set the doctor's appointments. You do the school stuff. You on the PTA, like you do all that stuff more than your wife.
Well, when it comes to appointments, we do that together. But when it comes to quality time, I spend more time because I make the plans on what we're going to do. I do what a man is supposed to do. Women want men who can plan things, who can get things accomplished. So when I say, hey, babe, just like I told you, we're going to go out. That's my idea, to go out with my family. Or we could just chill at the house because it's a Saturday. I want to go out and do something fun. And she has a choice if she wants to come or not. I don't force my woman to do anything. I don't even really like saying my woman because she's an individual. I don't own her. I don't control what she does. That's my whole point. She can do whatever she wants to do because her happiness is imperative to her, not me. My happiness is mine. Her happiness is hers. And we bring it together, and it should be a happy, loving union together.
That's
That's what
not
I'm
true.
saying.
That's not true. So studies prove the saying "happy wife, happy life." So men definitely can affect a woman's happiness and her mood.
I
And
agree.
when men, you can't agree to what I'm saying if you believe that her happiness is up to her and yours is up to you. So you can't have
I
it
didn't
both
say
ways.
you couldn't affect someone's happiness. I'm saying it's solely your responsibility to make yourself happy. Everyone can affect your happiness. You can make me be in a bad mood. We just saw what P did to my boy Game Bread and got him in his feelings about some stuff that didn't have nothing to do with him. Anyone can affect anyone else's mood. I'm saying you should be in control of yourself enough to where it shouldn't matter what type of mood they're in, regardless. Y'all don't want to believe me because I am a different type of
He
person.
didn't do that to me, bro. He talked about my
I'm not
wife.
trying to target you, Game Bread.
No. Chill
I'm
out,
just,
chill
I
out.
was
I'm
just
gonna
making
explain
a
to you,
point, brother.
bro. Because he targeted my wife, right? And I get real protective about my wife. So don't target my wife, bro. You
Yeah, I
can
feel
target
you. I
me.
thought it was in general. Thought it was in general. My
It was in
bad, Game
general.
Bread.
It was. What he said
Yeah,
about
that's
his
what I
wife,
thought.
the
That's
only part
and
that he
Game
said that
Bread
was
was thinking,
personal was
yeah.
he said something about Game Bread before that, but then when he talked about the wife part, he
Oh,
was just saying that. He literally said, "I got NBA players." He was just talking about dudes in general. He didn't say
yeah,
Game
yeah, in
Bread.
general.
He said it in
Yeah.
general.
We
I
not
didn't hear the
fools
Game
here.
Bread
You
when he was
start
coming
off
at
with
you
me
directly. I
and you
thought it
telling
was
me
in
I got
general.
women in my. You're insinuating. Don't do that with my wife, bro. I get real protective about my wife. We've been together for a very long time. You're talking to somebody that would lay down his life for her. So don't do that. You can talk to me. You know what I'm saying? Don't push her down to the level of a thought. Don't do that. I'm not
Right.
having that. You wouldn't do it in my
I don't
family.
know. I don't know if she a thought just because she slid in another nigga DMs and asked him for some advice. But yeah,
To
go.
me, that's unacceptable.
I hear you. Okay. Go
But
ahead,
yeah,
Vicente.
I'm gonna
Go
wrap
ahead.
it up, brother, because I'm about to dip out. I'm not disagreeing with a lot of your points. I
Mm,
agree, men are in charge. We should take the lead, and society will be better.
yeah.
My main focus, my end goal is for people to work on their own happiness so their relationships can be better. They don't feel compelled. You need to make me happy. Well, you need to make me happy. Well, you're not doing this. You're not doing that. Work on making yourself happy so your partner isn't forced to do something that they might not even want to do. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I
So I
think
hope
that's a
y'all have a
cop
good
out.
day.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, brother. I think
Peace.
that's a complete cop out to say that you should work on your own happiness when you're in a relationship with a person. Why be in a relationship with a person that's not trying to make you happy? What the fuck? If I gotta make myself happy, why don't I just stay alone? Why don't I just be alone? If I gotta do all the labor to make myself happy, why don't I just be alone? I can do that. I can do that by myself. That's crazy. If you're not gonna make me happy and you're not gonna help me with my happiness, right? And not at the very least don't make life worse for me, but make me happy though. Do things for me, help me out, relieve me of some of these duties, right? Be there for me, listen to me. This is ways that you can make somebody happy. Why, if I'm not doing that, if that's all on the woman or on the person in the relation, the other person or the two individuals, why are they together? That's crazy. That's crazy. Go ahead, Kay.
Child, I didn't even know I had done got up here. Thank you for letting me up.
Can you turn my TV on YouTube?
Yes, you're gonna watch YouTube now.
Yay!
Yay.
Listen, baby, YouTube, these kids want to watch other kids play with toys.
Yeah, that's what my son be doing.
That's so
what my son be
strange to
doing.
me.
Yeah. I be like, I'll buy the toy for you. You be like, nah, I'm okay.
She said, you're the best mom ever, baby. She gaslighting me real bad.
Yeah, man. She got you.
But long story short, so I've been listening to the here. I think what and it's crazy that you have to do a poll in real time. What men are missing in real time is you feel like what you provide should be sufficient instead of listening to the other person and asking them what they actually want. You would save so much of your time, energy, and bruises to your ego if you just ask that lady what she wants. And if it's more support in the household, if it's, hey, baby, I know, we short on cash or whatever the case may be, but if I could just get a facial once a month, if I could just go get a pedicure here and there, if I can just, go out to eat alone without me having a kid on my lap, a kid on my boob, an uninterrupted dinner is what I would like. If you just listen to the small things that she's asking you to do, all this exaggerated protecting and providing that y'all be thinking y'all doing, y'all wouldn't even have to go through all that. You're stressing yourself out.
Yeah.
You're making yourself feel like less than a man when you can't do certain things because you put an undue burden on yourself that no one else has ever put on you besides yourself. You're doing it to yourself.
But they want that burden though. That's the thing. They want that artificial. They want that artificial burden. Like that dude, that I played for y'all yesterday. That was saying that a man's worth is rooted 85% in his ability to pay. Pay for shit or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, what? That's crazy. And that's other men saying that. I've never heard a woman say that, right? But not never. I've heard Shearer 7 and shit say shit like that. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? But like 85% of your worth is wrapped up in how much money you can provide for your woman. That's crazy.
It's because they're passing that patriarchy and that misogyny down to their sons like fucking infinity stones. And I've said it before. So their daddy told them that when their daddy was present. So they have internalized, this is what I'm supposed to do. And because I can't do it, I'm finna go unalive myself. Because I don't feel like a man. I don't feel worthy. I don't feel this. I don't feel that. Can y'all just do me a favor? Can y'all just ask that woman that you're with, stop being neglectful, stop being abusive, stop being misogynistic, stop gaslighting her, and just ask her, what do you want from me in this relationship? Ask her directly. And when you get the answer, okay. But y'all put too much dip on the chip. Like it be, I just told Phil this same shit today. Okay, and he's standing right here so I ain't talking about him. But you put too much dip on the chip when you doing shit that you think is necessary, but you not doing what I asked you to do. You're not helping me. And if somebody asks you for help, if somebody say, hey, can you help me sweep over here? And you go sweep in the opposite corner. And you say, well, I swept. You asked me to help you sweep. No, bitch, I asked you to go sweep over there in particular. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all need to listen, okay? Like, clock the fuck in your relationship. Y'all be talking about this job. Y'all be busting y'all ass on and all this other shit. Clock in with your old lady. Clock in your relationship and actually start showing up. And I can guarantee you that essentially within a week, if not overnight, that shit gonna change because all that woman wants is to be heard and seen.
Yep,
That's
for the
it.
most part. Yeah, for the most part, and that's what I'm saying. I don't want to. I just want to make sure that I'm being as honest about this as possible. Like, of course, there are women who ain't settling for nothing less than 10 Gucci bags and a bunch of gold and shit like that. Cool. Yep, those women exist. They exist. I don't want to. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
That is a real demographic of people that exist. But for the most part, that is not the majority of women because the majority of women can buy their own Gucci bag if they want one. They can buy their own chains. And men, when they create this, men would rather create an artificial need for themselves, right? That it ends up inevitably turning into a real need. Like in Game Bread situation, oh, my wife ain't worked in 16 years, so now that woman trapped. Cause now if she leave, she can't even work. She had a job. Where she gonna work? Chipotle, 7-Eleven. So now she trapped. Now he got her right where he want her, and he acting like that's like my wife ain't worked in 20 years. Like that ain't a badge of honor. I don't give a fuck about that shit.
Degree. She got a master's degree.
She ain't worked in 16 years.
She's gonna have to compete in a market. Hold on, Game Bread. She's gonna
listen
have
to what you saying.
I got 3 businesses.
In this market.
If she says I'll leave today, listen, man. If she says I'll leave today, and she wants to have a work history, I got 3 businesses. I'll put her as a manager for logistics. I'll put a manager of sales. I will give her the best resume out of every chick in this panel. So, no, ain't no trap. She can leave. Man, I'll bring her in right now. And I had this conversation with her. If you do decide to leave, you know how much she get. You know what? She's not going to have to leave and start over, bro. I'm not like them.
Sir,
She
a
gonna
master's
leave with
degree
some
with
cake.
0 experience.
What does that mean? She's going to
What
leave
do you
with
mean?
her
What
cold.
does that mean?
She's going to leave with cold cash.
Okay,
She
but
don't need your
the
experience.
long story that's short is y'all make it seem like because a woman started at the bottom with you and she, you mentioned she was 19 when y'all got together, like she don't know no fucking better. She don't. Like let's be for real. Since you think you that nigga, she with you because she don't know no better. She don't know shit else. But if she got the right one,
But she here right now.
well, if she got the right one, ma'am.
She here right here.
I'm not asking that. What you want me to ask that woman? Do
Ask
she
her
feel
anything you
trapped?
want. Yeah, ask her.
Like, what do you want me to
her
ask her, man? She's sitting
Whatever
right in
you
front of
want.
you. I don't expect her to
Right.
tell me nothing else but what you're saying.
What
I
you
believe
mean? So,
I believe that you believe the things you're
man.
saying.
These bitter chicks, man, they over here talking about you.
Bitter chicks.
Yeah, they bitter, man. They looking for somebody
What's the
get out of here, man.
Ain't nobody bitter, man. You might need to get offline if this bothering you this much, brother. This shit should not be bothering you this much.
Why you keep
You
saying
brought
she's
her
trapped?
up. You brought her up. Stop bringing her up.
She's trapped.
You brought her up.
I brought my
Game bread. Hold on, brother. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Game bread. If you don't want people to involve your wife, don't bring your wife up. Okay?
I can answer back though.
Like you can't. I didn't say you couldn't. I'm not tone policing you. I'm not shutting you down. I'm just telling you that you're wrong. Right? But if you bring her up, I'm gonna bring her up too. And what I said was I use you as an example. If it don't apply, let it fly. I use you as an example. I said
use me as an example and say don't. If it don't apply, because you're using me as an example. If you use it just in general, then if it don't apply, let it fly. But if you're using me specifically,
no. Even if I use you as an example, if what I'm saying doesn't apply to you, let it go. There are certain things about what I'm saying that apply to you, from based on what you said, right? So you've been with your wife for she ain't worked. You said since 2009, so that's 15 years. So your wife ain't worked in 15 years, but she got a master's degree. And if she were to y'all was to break up right now, you would put her as a logistics manager and blah 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 and whatever else you want to say on a resume to do what? On a resume to work where?
Anywhere she wants. She got a master's degree. She's a Navy veteran. She's bilingual. She speaks Spanish and English. And I will make her resume look better than anybody's resume in this chat. I own 3 businesses. She's gonna be the logistics man. I would.
Man, you know what's crazy? The amount of people that get on this app and start talking like they Tony Montana is crazy. Like I be sitting there like,
I'm him.
Where do these people be? Where do they be at, man? This is crazy. But hey, I got you. I feel you. So for the majority of women who are in that situation, that's not the case. So if that ain't your wife, then great, brother. You gonna lie on her resume for her?
Don't bring her up then.
Nah, you don't bring her up.
Nice. Don't say nothing.
You don't bring her
don't
up.
Say she just said she ain't got no work experience.
You don't bring her up. Like my good brother Franklin would say, no personals. If you don't want people to use your personal information that you just told us as an example or bring it up, don't give it to us. Because I ain't did nothing but just take the thing you told me and make it make sense. Because that shit sounds crazy to me. Because I live in the real fucking world, Bread. I'm not making up. I'm not out here perpetrating no fucking weird shit. In reality,
so this is weird,
hold on, brother. Please stop talking while I'm talking. In reality, I don't care what your degree in, I don't care how many languages you speak. If you ain't worked in 15 fucking years, that's a problem. Trying to get a job moving forward. A good job. You don't think they gonna check it out? You don't think they gonna make sure that you can do the job? You can't fake everything, brother.
Yeah, you know they train you on every job. So let's just be realistic, man. I'm a businessman, dog. You're not gonna tell me stuff that I know that I do for a living. You understand what I'm saying? That
Sure,
you
they
just
train.
doing the live. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay, you a nurse. If you wanted to, do they train you?
If I wanted to go up in here and pretend like I've been working for the last 10 years, them people gonna clock that shit while I'm in training.
Quickly.
Immediately.
That's not facts though.
That is facts.
That's for a nurse. So that means
man, here you go making up excuses.
I know you.
That's a nurse. That's
think about the job you're describing. Hold on, Game Brand. I want you to think about the job you're describing. Yeah. Right?
She's gonna be an engineer.
You're going to. She's an engineer. So
no. She's gonna be an engineer. That's what you're telling me. She's gonna aim for a job that's engineer.
I'm saying she got a degree in engineering. Cool.
No,
she ain't did it.
She got a master's degree in business administration.
Okay.
She's bilingual. She could work for the.
Hold on, wait. So what are you talking about engineering? No. Fuck that.
No.
So business. Sir, stop, bro. Damn. Stop. I'm trying to help you understand. So she got a degree in she got an MBA, right? She got an MBA. Cool. She ain't worked in 15 years though. She ain't ran your business in 15 years. It ain't like she been studying this shit and fucking keeping up with it. She just got a master's, right? Cool. So you expect me to believe that if she was trying to go get hired at a company, right? And she was going to go in at a high level, right? A high level, because she gonna be good and yada yada. I'm sure she ain't gonna start off trying to make no $40,000-$50,000 a year. She ain't about to go be no manager at Target, right? She gonna try to be in one of them fucking type jobs. 6-figure, 90, 80, 100, somewhere around there. You telling me she gonna just slide up in that thing and like Kay said, even if they train you, it's only so much they're gonna train you to do. They're going to assume you know the rest of it. They might have to train you. They usually train you for the job specifically, like for that company. They don't train you on how to do the job itself. You're supposed to know how to do it. That's why they're asking the person to have experience already. So that don't make sense.
They're not going to train you in software, in their software.
No, if you come in and you say you know how to work, if you come in and say you know how to work X, Y, and Z, you know how to work Excel, they not gonna sit down and say, okay, let me train you on how to work Excel. They gonna say, here's a fucking spreadsheet, put it in, make a spreadsheet for them. Here's the information, here's the data, turn it into a spreadsheet into Excel. And then you gonna be sitting there going, I don't know how to do this because I lied on my resume. That's what I'm saying.
No, but you're saying Excel. I'm saying on their software, on their program. Hey, this is how you're doing it. You're gonna start
I have a perfect example.
This is such a waste of time.
Hold on. Before you even do that, you know if
this is such a waste of time.
She's gonna leave with 100K. She's gonna leave with more.
100K ain't shit.
Well, shit. You just said 90,000 a year.
A year. That she gonna make that same 100 next year. She gonna make that same 100 next year. She gonna keep making the same 100. She leave with 100,000. That's 1 year of her living. 1 year.
Now, how many percentage make 60,000? You just said it.
Dude, you just said she got a. You're not making sense, bro. You just talking.
Give her 100K.
You gotta. Listen, Game Bread. You talking like Tony Montana. You said she got a master's degree. You said she bilingual. You building this woman up. This don't sound like a woman that's finna go out and try to make $60,000 a year. That's my point. Because she could do that without the master's degree. So obviously, she's trying to make more money than that. And I'm telling you that in those businesses, in those companies, if you don't have experience and you don't know what the fuck you doing, it's going to get clocked. That's what I'm telling you. That's the real world. That's the real world that we live in.
Add her in. But she want to be added. But that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when she goes in, they're gonna train her on how to do their business. Bro, I own 3 businesses.
Stop saying that.
Management. So I'm not gonna, when I hire somebody, I don't care how he did it in a capital venture company. I want him to do it my way.
That's not what that's not what it's about. I just said, sir, stop. Sir. My company uses ADP to do our time or to do our punch clocks. A lot of people in here, they use ADP. They use the same system that we use at a different company. I use Vin Solutions, CRM system, right? Every single fucking company I've ever worked for use Vin Solutions. Every single company I worked for in this business, since I've been in this business for 12 years, they all use Vin Solutions, right? So if I come in and they ask me, are you familiar with Vin Solutions? And I go, yes, I can sit at the computer and go, log in, find and work. I know how to work the system. I've been doing it for 12 years. You see what I'm saying? But so it don't matter what the company don't got its own fucking CRM system. They got the same CRM system as Game Bread does, as K Company does. That's my point.
For a living.
I'm in sales.
So you're saying somebody that said, that's the funniest thing in the world, right? Because when you're in sales, the bottom line is she's actually gonna do way better than you in sales because she been listening.
Sir, I don't give a fuck. You just arguing to argue. I don't care. You didn't listen to nothing I said. I'm talking about the software. You talking about she gonna do better than me. Who gives a fuck? She don't need a master's to do what I do. She don't need to lie on her resume to do what I do. What are you talking about? This shit is crazy. What are you talking about?
I also had another comment before I go, of the gentleman up here that was saying pretty much that men they said women need to take accountability for their own happiness. And I am of the frame of mind that if you partner up with somebody, your life should change like significantly, whatever that means for you. Okay. So this whole idea that y'all have normalized struggle so much, like to hear someone say, oh, she was with me when I was sleeping on the floor, and y'all don't want to build with nobody no more. Y'all don't want to, like, if I grew up in poverty as a child, why would I want to come somewhere and sleep on the floor with you when I already got an apartment? Like, why would I give up certain luxuries to make you feel comfortable as a man? Like, why can't you come to the table already prepared, right? This is what women are saying. We're not saying that you have to be Bill Gates. We're not saying that you have to be this guy making all the money in the world, because it's not about that. We're asking for you, like Public said, to be economically viable, to be a partner, to treat us like a human being and make our life significantly better. Because if our life is kind of the same when you're in it, you ain't doing shit for me that I can't do for myself. So again, when y'all ask that question of that corny question y'all ask women, what do you bring to the table? Like, nigga, what do you, because at this point, you're competing with my peace. You're competing with my peace and quiet, like, essentially. So you have to find other ways to be viable in relationships, not just financially, because it's not just that anymore. And I think Jeff said it yesterday that men are now having to think outside the box, unfortunately, because y'all actually have to think about how to be decent and not just make money. Why is that fucking with y'all so bad?
Go ahead. Hold on, wait, go ahead. We gotta go to Oyas. We gotta go to Oya real quick. Go ahead, Oya, and then we gonna get to Nani. AK, I got somebody. I want to bring somebody. Oh no, I want you up here actually. No. I want you to stay up here actually for this. Go ahead, Oya.
I'm gonna tell you right now, my chest was getting real tight. Like I couldn't breathe listening to Game Bread because I was like, "What are you saying, sir?" Like it felt like you were jumping from puddle to puddle to puddle, like your point wasn't hitting, and it's just like You didn't have an aim. What's your goal? What are you saying?
His goal was to tell everybody that he makes all the money. He make all this money. He got 3 businesses, like he said, 13 fucking times. He got 19,000 pounds of gold on his neck. His girl got 10 Gucci bags. All this material shit. Not one time did he say she happy.
A kilo of gold.
I just before we move any further, not one time did he say this. Not one time did he say this woman was happy. He said
That's what I was waiting for.
He said she got all this material shit. I ain't never heard him say one time this woman happy, this woman healthy. This like I ain't never heard none of that stuff. She had peace. I got 19 chains and she got 3 fucking Gucci purses. Like, come on, bro. That you think you don't think adults is clocking that type of shit?
Yo, I'm his wife. You didn't raise me up, but I'm very happy. Ain't nothing going on over here. I don't know what the conversation is. I have no idea, but I am very good to go. If he was to leave today or tomorrow, I'll be fine. I don't need him. I don't.
I'm
I
happy
don't know
for
what
you.
happened. All I hear is that she must be miserable.
I didn't say you was miserable.
Like I
I'm
heard
telling you.
somebody say she don't know no better.
No, ma'am. I'm gonna tell you, Admin. You can tell me if this makes sense to you.
Sure.
So, y'all married, y'all been together a long time. That's great. Nobody is rooting against that. Everybody's happy for. I am at least. Okay. Now, me personally, if somebody asked me about my wife and I was to describe her life, the material things wouldn't even come out of my mouth. Right? Like I wouldn't. She got a car and she driving a $50,000 car.
That's why I wanted to speak for myself because he speaks differently than I do.
Yeah, obviously. I could already
of the material things because that shit don't matter at all.
Exactly. That's what we exactly.
He's him and I'm me.
But y'all
I'll
together.
tell you why I love this man. It has nothing to do with none of what he said at all. All the money, all the bags, the cars, and all that, he could keep it. I don't need it. I love him because he's a very good person. He on here, he do this. I don't know why he be on here arguing.
Tell that man to get off the internet, ma'am. I done told him to get off the app.
The man is a very intelligent man. He's very patient with me. You know, I had my own situations going on. He's very patient. He don't mind helping me through things. He's a good man. It has nothing to do with any of my material things. We can throw that in the trash. It's him. It's not none of that. When I met him, it wasn't that way. We built ourselves up together. Yes, I haven't worked.
Yep.
But when with his businesses, like he said, mentioned my degrees, they came into handy then. I'm the one that does all the leg work, any work.
Oh,
so
Clocky.
I want to speak for myself because
Clocky. He making it seem like there we go. Hold on, wait. Say that again, ma'am. Say it again.
And I handle the business. Okay. So
That makes a lot of sense.
Now
Thank
it makes
you.
more.
Thank
Now everything
you.
comes together.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
He was telling us he was Tony Montana, ma'am.
And somebody said, she don't know no better. Yes, I do because I'm the one.
No. What you saying now actually makes sense. And he was never. I'm trying to, ma'am. Let me tell you. This is what I'm trying to tell you. That man was never giving you credit for anything.
Oh, I know.
You know that.
He has a tendency to just talk instead of telling people every damn thing. But it's okay. And so many years together, I laugh. That's why I was in the living room laughing.
That's not funny.
Because, but I've been here so long, I know my man. And he tends to forget that it's me who do all the leg work. Yes, they are his businesses, but I'm the one that handles it. Right? Like right now, my phone is jumping for our other businesses.
Ooh.
I'm the one that handles it. Okay?
Ooh.
Hey, man, clock the fuck in.
That's why I just wanted to go ahead and check in for a moment because he's a sweetheart, but he has a tendency to forget that I've helped him get everywhere he's gotten. Baby,
Literally standing on
Hey,
business.
can you come on the app? Can we follow you? I want you up here. I don't want him up here no more. We need to talk to you.
I just needed to speak for myself because I'm hearing people say she don't know no better, baby. I damn sure do.
Hey, Miss
Gamebread.
Miss Gamebread, I ain't even gonna hold you. I said that because it sounded like a hostage situation, but you all right with me. You all right with me, baby?
You
Girl,
good in
stand
my
on his
book.
neck.
Yep.
Stand on his
That's why I
neck,
just
ma'am.
need to go ahead and speak because ain't no hostage. No. My mother
Nah,
was
we like
different,
that. That's
baby.
what we was thinking. Hey, I'm just telling you what he told us. And that's why I be like, put your wife on, cause they be always up here lying,
Right.
always,
No,
Right.
always
he's not
lying.
lying.
Right.
But when he says he has those businesses, he
No, no,
always
no.
has a tendency to forget to say that it's my wife who goes out there and gets the shit done. My
Oh my
businesses are
God.
useless. They're not
Oh,
useless. Like you said, you can't go to a business and just think you're gonna work the job. I know what I'm doing. So and no, he's not big mad. He has a tendency, like a lot of men do, to just talk about them damn selves.
clock
Facts.
in.
Facts.
He
But
ain't got
I
to
Facts.
build
never
your
let it.
resume. You
Whenever I
already
hear this
built it, ma'am.
happening, I'm
You said
Right.
he
always
had to build your
corrected.
She
resume,
saying
That's
ma'am.
what he
something.
said.
Put him on the couch tonight, Miss Game Bread. Put
Hey,
him
he
on the
can't get no
couch. On the
vagina for a
couch.
week after this shit. He can't. You better
No,
not
he's
get
a
that
good.
nigga.
He's a
He
good
can't eat it from the
man.
bike or nothing. Not for you. Got to
All
put him on punishment for 7 days for what he was saying online right now. I
I
kept
didn't
telling
know,
him.
but
I'm
I
like,
just
ain't
heard
no
somebody
fucking
else.
way.
Wrong.
But no, guys, no hostage. I'm not. I don't need to blink twice. We good to go.
I was about to say thank you, man.
Oh
Thank
man,
you
I
for
like her. Hey
clarifying
man.
that.
Hey, you
You
lucky
know
as
what?
hell, Game Bread. You lucky.
I
He
know.
really is, and
I know I'm lucky.
he'll tell you that.
You
He'll tell
lucky as
me that,
shit.
but then he gets on here and he tends to forget me, and
Nah,
I be
because
sitting here like,
nah,
homeboy,
they be
I'm gonna need.
bashing men.
Oh,
So nah, let me show
The
you
Truth
Whoa.
something.
Factory is filled with lies.
Hold
The
on,
Truth
time out.
We
Time
Factory
are,
out.
is
no, no,
Time
no.
out,
We
y'all. Give
don't.
me a
It's
second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me address this. Let me address this. So, ma'am, do you feel like anything I'm saying right now is bashing men?
no. As far as that I've heard, no.
No, right? Okay. So he takes what I'm saying because I'm telling men the majority of the time in a relationship, we are the reason why the relationship is either good or bad. And when I say that, I'm saying we basically make relationships bad, right? Like it's on us usually. Like what he's doing. Look at what he's doing right now. Like this is for me and my wife. This would be a problem. Like if I was online, like when I say stuff that's not true, or maybe not true, but like that the other day I was telling a story and she was texting me in real time like that's not the timeline. While I was saying it to her, she was like, "Don't like that's not the timeline." I was like, "Oh shit!" It was I honestly don't I forgot the timeline, but she like was telling me the timeline, right? She like, "Nah, nigga, like you ain't about to be up here lying," you know what I'm saying, or whatever, misquoting or whatever, misspeaking. Cool, bet, clock it. Now I don't need. I'm not going out of my way though to like tell a lie to anybody to paint a picture. You know what I'm saying? Game Bread was, and I say lie because he was omitting
omitting.
information, which is a lie. That is a lie by omission.
Omitted.
That is, you didn't tell us your wife did all of that. You didn't tell her she ran the business. You painted the picture that she did nothing and you did everything for her financially.
She hasn't worked in 16 years.
Sir, she works. That's a lie. She just told you she built the. Make it make sense, ma'am. Did you or have you not worked?
Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you what she does, bro.
Where's she at? No. Where's she at?
She
No.
runs the numbers for the business.
We want to
She
hear. We want
works.
to hear your
She
wife,
runs the
sir.
numbers.
Can we talk to your wife again, Game Bread? I really want to talk to her. She's smart as shit. She's a good. I like her.
We
She
want to
make
talk
all
to
the sense
our
in the world.
bestie. Free our bestie.
Bring Mrs. Game Bread back. We like her. We need her to be
In
here.
fact, my phone is jumping right now because
Okay, she working right now. As a matter of fact, we need. That's the answer to the
what
question.
That
happens
proves
is
her
that
point.
I don't have to get up and
It
leave.
proves her
Hey, Mrs.
point.
Game Bread, go do your work, ma'am. We appreciate you and we respect you.
You don't have to clock in. That's what I mean. She doesn't have to put hard work in.
Right.
She's
Oh,
just delegating the
okay.
business from a numbers aspect.
Sure, that is still hard work. And I think that's what, like, you should change your name instead of, like, the Truth Factory, change it to the Factory of Lies. Because she's clearly working. She's going back onto her phone right now. He was calling you Tony Montana. You're phony Montana as shit. She is working.
Not
She's
phony, man.
contributing. She is contributing. She is putting in effort. She's adding to this thing that you're fully taking credit for on social media. That is very disrespectful to her. Because just because she is not clocking in does not mean that it's not work. It's still 100% work.
She's her own boss.
Damn, I'm
She
so
is
happy you
working.
let. I can't believe you let that woman know knowing she ain't built. She built different.
But he knew I was gonna come on here because
You know that woman built different. Game Bread.
Didn't I just tell you, boss?
Exactly.
I told you that my wife I started her own business that she don't even use on the internet, but she's
What is
in
an LLC?
with our
What does
business. She's
LLC
running the
stand
numbers,
for?
bro. She's
What
running the
does
numbers. She's
LLC
getting
stand
phone
for?
calls. It's almost like secretary work while she's at the
What
crib.
does LLC stand for? Because if
Hold
you
on.
can't
Limited
comprehend that what she's
liability.
doing is work, then you wouldn't be able to even know the basics of how that works.
So
Limited
Exactly.
liability.
you get to wait,
Let me
hold
tell
up,
you
y'all,
something.
hold up, game bread,
Let me
hold up,
tell
game
you.
bread. So you get to
Hey, ladies,
so
it's
basic.
very important to sometimes let a nigga think that they're the boss. Even though I know this shit.
Come on,
All
I
right
say it
now.
bestie.
all the
Come on,
time. My
All right,
bestie.
we
husband
here
knows
for it. We here
who
for it. All
runs
right.
this shit here. He knows it. I
Hey,
know
mute
it.
up.
And it's okay for him to, pound his little chest sometimes. I let him do it. It's okay. But I know he know, and
Lord.
everybody who knows us know. I run this. It's okay. But men like to feel good. I let them do it. It's all right. It's all right. I don't see. I'm not the person that need the pat on the back.
Hey,
I
she's
don't.
safe, y'all. Don't worry about Mrs. Game Bread. She's safe, y'all.
Very safe. I trust and believe. I'm very, very safe.
Bro, I'm him, bro.
He is a good man, though. Like
You ain't gotta tell us he a good man no more, Miss Game Bread. You good?
Nah, she's her. She's her.
She's
She's
her,
her.
she him,
She's her.
she him.
And I'm him.
so. I just he doesn't. I hear him on here all the time with this shit, and I just laugh. When you've been in it so long, man, you don't even. You try to make things easier. But if I get on here like I was trying to, bro, you wouldn't let me up. I would correct it. He knows.
Where was you at? You in the queue?
Oh, yeah, I was in the queue, but it's all
Oh
good.
no, I didn't know. You got
No.
it. Oh, I didn't know.
I
What's
was
your? I want to follow
got
you.
a lot of people.
Follow you.
Jump back in the queue so I can follow you. Hold on. Yeah. Next time I need to have her up here.
Talking about people jumping in people DMs. So nah, don't follow
There
my
ain't no
lady.
jumping in nobody. Sir,
Hey,
don't try to do that. We ain't on that
don't
type of
follow my
time.
The
lady
man
with
of the
all
house,
that.
please step aside.
We talking to the man of the house, sir. Don't let us talk.
Yes, sir. I'm
Don't
here.
do that. Don't
I'm
do
here.
that. Because he's the man now. But it's a team thing, and he seems to forget that he
But
ain't
when
doing
a
this by
teammate is
himself.
not taking, when a teammate is pretending that he is doing all the work by himself, that's not teamwork.
Oh yeah,
Is
baby,
he
you right.
forgetting though? Because
You
he
right.
he he knew a lot about you, but he wasn't saying the part that you played in the business. So I'm trying to figure out what exactly he's forgetting because
He ain't
he
forget
sounded
nothing.
like he knew a
Businesses.
lot.
Put that S on the end.
Nah,
No
bro.
LLC.
Come on,
S
fam.
corp
He's not
incorporation.
forgetting.
He ain't forgot nothing. He knew exactly what he was saying and doing.
But that's how he speaks, and that's why
Are you trying to convince us or yourself?
We got.
I'm good,
I don't
baby.
know, ma'am. This sounded.
Oh,
Let that man.
are you talking about me or him? Because he gonna keep
Him.
on saying shit like that. I mean, that's how he talk.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something right now. Yeah, I'm gonna say free Mrs. Gamebread. I think, hey,
I'm good
Yeah.
to go,
you
baby.
better not never lose
I know
that.
who
You
the
better,
boss is. See, bosses they rolling silent.
yeah.
I don't
Bosses
need
be
to
shutting
announce.
up. Yep.
I don't need to announce that I run this shit, and I
I'm
know that I
I'm
do.
announcing I'm him. I'm him, my boy.
But if I walk out this door, he
We're
gonna
an
be in
employee.
He
tears.
gonna be on his knees. Hey.
In tears. I know who runs this shit, so I don't mind him pounding his chest a little bit. It's cute to me.
How
Oh,
cute.
look at him trying to be.
He
Oh,
gonna be like Gina.
okay. So it's okay. Sometimes you gotta let men make it, and I let this one make it. I don't like to talk loud and all that shit, so I let him make it because at the end of the day, like I said, I run it, and he
I
You
knows.
like her,
have a lot
man.
of grace. You
I
giving
like
him
her.
a
She
lot of
giving.
grace.
I'm
You
not gonna
lucky as
lie,
hell,
this
sir.
sounds like the ending of Diary of a Mad Black Woman when he got injured and how she took care of him. That's what it's giving.
You're right. I am lucky.
He is very lucky, and he know it.
Hey, Gamebread. If you don't stop talking like that, this gonna be your theme song.
Now, that bad stuff now. Wait.
I'm just gonna tell you right now, sir.
I
If you don't stop talking like that, sir, this gonna be your theme song,
That's
fam.
my dog right there. This is my best friend. This is my family.
But I'm gonna give him the phone back. So now y'all know that I don't need to blink twice. I'm good to go. Um, I'm the actual boss. Now let him continue to pound
Hey,
his chest.
I'm trying to help him out. That's it. But I respect you. If you follow me, I'll follow you back. I don't know your name. I would love to
I'm
follow
gonna
you back.
follow you. There you go.
Please, I'm gonna follow you back, and and you can come up anytime you want to. I don't care what the topic is. Please come up, join us again, because that was we needed. That's what I be screaming. I be wanting. I be wanting the wives to get on. I be like, man, where y'all wives at while y'all be up here talking like this? Cause I know I know and lo and behold, lo and behold, here she go. That's
But
crazy.
he does it too, and I just sit here and I listen, and it's funny as shit because he already know.
And
You know
I'm
what?
If I
You know
don't
what I'm
say
gonna tell
this,
you?
he ain't
You know what I'm
moving.
gonna tell you? I'm gonna tell you this too. 90% of men do that shit, so you ain't missing nothing. Most of these niggas out here doing the same thing. They up here talking, saying the same shit. It was just a dude up here doing the same thing. Oh, I provide all. I'm the provider. I do everything. My wife. I don't do. I do everything. I'm sitting there like, nigga, your wife work, bro. What you talking about?
bro, I'm him, bro.
Like,
I'm
I
him.
believe you, game, bro. You gotta be him to be with her. I'm gonna give you credit. See, you know they be talking about how women elevate a man's like
100%.
stature and status. That woman has elevated your status because I'm listening to her and I'm like, there ain't no way he can't. You know what I mean? You gotta be somewhat of a solid individual to have a woman like that. So I'm gonna give you,
100%. I
based
think you
on her,
deserve it.
I'm gonna give you, based on your proximity to your wife, I'm gonna give you a little grace, and I think you might be a solid dude. You might be, you might be about as solid as like wet sand, like a wet sand castle, but you solid. You know what I'm saying? You
I
somewhat solid.
wouldn't be nowhere. Listen, man. A lot of times I would be scared to pull the trigger on a business or on a move, right? And she'll come in, man, and she'll tell me, "Hey, look, man, this is not the first time you were scared to go ahead and invest and do this. You did it before. You could do it." I wouldn't be nowhere where I am without her. I'm just speaking from a man's perspective. That, hey, look, bro, we are not these type of things that you're trying to say, man. My woman is happy. I'm happy to be with her. This is a give and take
But
situation.
Can I?
game bread, that's not the picture you painted. If you would have said all of this before,
Exactly.
I don't think what you're missing is you're the funniest thing is my whole message is exactly what you're saying. That's my message. That's what I be telling men. The same thing you're saying you got, I'm telling men that's how you need to be. And then you turn around and claim I'm bashing men. How? I'm telling men, so you would rather protect men. You're in a fucking cult. Think about how sick that is. You are still in the cult, even though you and your girl, even though you and your wife living the life that I'm telling the other men, like, look, man, this is how you get this life, right? Your woman, you got to, she gonna help you out, she gonna build you up, and all of that shit, she gonna be there for you, right? All you got to do is respect her and yada, yada, yada. You doing that shit behind closed doors. Then you get online and start lying for niggas.
Bro,
What kind of sick ass nigga is you? That's
who
sick,
said
bro.
disrespecting their wife, bro? I never said that, bro.
You was
No,
disrespecting your wife
Sir,
right now by lying. You were lying on her.
God.
You did lie. You lied by omission. You never told us what. Come on, fam.
Bro,
That
she
is a
left me in
You
the
lie.
house to
were
go clock
you
in
were
for
on
nothing.
here, sir. You were on here being phony Montana. When I say phony Montana, what I mean by that is you were
Man,
sitting
I'm
here the
Rich
whole time
Porter.
painting this picture as if she is living a life of like just like bliss. She's not moving, she's not working, she does nothing. I asked you what LLC
She's
was
living
like
a life
five
of
times,
bliss.
but I bet you if I asked her, she would know exactly what that is. The point is, you are living the life that he is over here trying to advocate for men to also live, while coming on here and painting a whole different picture as if
yep.
you are the big boss, and that's just not the case.
I
But
am the
And
this
when
big
I
is
and when
boss.
I
fair.
say that, and here's the thing, Game Bread, when I say that about my life personally, when I say that me and my wife got a similar situation to you and your wife, they go, "Oh, you a simp, oh, you a panderer, your wife take care of you," and do all of that shit. And I'm like, nah, that's how it's supposed to be. And then you come up here and reiterate that, you start sounding just like those fucking idiots, and you and me in the same fucking boat.
But the
You and me
key
in the
point.
same fucking boat. Only difference is I ain't lying about it. I'm giving my wife all the credit. I'm telling
I'm giving her
I'm
credit.
telling you what she did for me. I ain't lying about it. I ain't, oh, she didn't do nothing. I'm a boss. I'm him. I'm not doing all that
I
weird
never
shit. I
Right.
said
don't
she
need
didn't
that.
do nothing, bro.
But a
She
key
What
factor
you
in
im-
her presence is enough for me, man.
Oh, bro,
you
get out of here,
implied
bro.
a
you
key.
im-
This is the intelligence.
Let me
I'm
say
sorry.
this. Let me say this real quick. A key factor in all this that cannot be missed is that she's allowing that behavior. That's why I also say it's really
right.
important that us as women, when we set that, when you let a dude do whatever he wants to do, why would he do anything better? She's sitting there making excuses for that type of behavior, so it's hard to fight for her when she's
Oh
not
no,
even
I'm not
fighting for
making none
herself.
of
What
this.
behavior?
Another thing that I want to say is that, to me, I'm not saying that this is in no way, shape, or form their situation, but when I heard her speak, it sounded like when Risa Tisa, her whole series, a key point that she said in that, she stood in the kitchen, she said, "I'm going to help him
lied to me.
Oh my God.
She said, I know that she's lying. I know he's lying. I spoke to the realtor and I don't want to go back and forth with him. I love him. I still want to be with him. So I'm going to give him an out tonight.
But
And
this
No,
is
that's
not
what
you
she
I
did.
missing.
don't know, Risa Tisa. The reason why I let him live because I think that TikTok is fantasy land. I think this shit ain't real. In real life, he does not speak like this because
Speak like
everybody.
what?
No, I mean they're saying that you
I didn't
made
dog
it sound
nobody
like I'm
out,
just
man.
sitting on my ass all day. Well,
He definitely made it seem like
what
you
I say
did.
by I'm not allowing him to do this because he don't do this in real life. When in real life, our people
What?
around us, they know what I do. So they know that I am the one that pulls the trigger.
But you don't think that that's
You
disrespectful
know
for
what?
him to come on? Wait. I'm sorry. Here's what I'm saying. First and foremost, TikTok is definitely real life
Like,
because
are we bots?
because the
Oh no,
yeah, I
I
know
just don't.
the
I'll never meet you. You'll never
no, no,
meet
no, no,
me.
no, no. That's no. You're right. That's not what I'm talking about when I say TikTok is real life. The thoughts are real though. He really thinks like this. I know. To you, he's masking though. Clearly, you see what I'm saying? It
Well,
shows a
yeah.
lot about a person's character if they're willing to get online and lie in front of 1,000 people
I'm
for
not
an
lying.
hour about his situation. That's it. That like you can say whatever you want to say about TikTok not being real, but I'm telling you to get online and to lie to people about your wife that is sitting 5 feet away from you for an hour that is sick.
I'm not lying. Who you think got these businesses
He's
off the ground?
he's driven by
Her,
ego.
No,
He's
her,
driven by ego.
me,
her,
me.
her,
I got
Mrs.
it.
Gamebread,
No.
the one with the
What?
master's
So
degree.
why are you trying to take away any credit that I have? Who you think
You
I'm
got
took
it?
not.
away hers.
If
You took
he
away
believes,
hers. You
if
took
he
no. Hold
believes,
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I feel like you're being a very big hypocrite. I'm gonna speak to you as someone that I think would probably be like like your daughter's age, right? You're a hypocrite, and I say this because you are sitting here saying that they're taking away stuff that you've contributed. You took away everything she did. You sat on the mic for an hour telling us that she just buys bags, she cruises around, and she doesn't even lift a finger. To the point where you even
I didn't
lied
say
that
lift
if
a
she
finger.
was
I said it doesn't work.
hold on, sir. I'm not her. I'm me. You sat here and then
What does that mean?
continued. Oh,
You're
wait,
you.
hold on.
What does that mean? You're
Hold
you. That
on,
doesn't make
because
Let
sense.
her
I'm not gonna
finish,
sit
man.
here. What I mean by that is I'm not gonna sit here and let you gaslight to me the stuff that I heard with my own fucking ears. That's what I meant by that. And my point is, it's very disrespectful for you to come onto social media, pretend as if she's not doing anything when she sat here and you also acknowledge that she's 100% contributing to the lifestyle that you both indulge in. It's a
What?
you're being a hypocrite.
That's not a
So if you
hypocrite. So
really are him,
I'll
be
give you an
honest on
That
example.
that.
is a hypocrite.
Okay,
That
I'm
is like a
being honest.
textbook definition of a hypocrite.
Let me give you an example. Let me give you an
Spell
example.
hypocrite first so I know that we're
Okay.
using the same words.
She's at home. She's at home. She's delegating through the phone, right? I'm outside in the field, right?
That still work.
Okay, you can say that still work. That's
That
cool.
is work. I'm not
It is
saying it literally is work.
It is work. All
Would you have
right.
to wait, game. Let me ask you a question. If your wife didn't do that for you, would you have to pay somebody to do it?
Would I have
It's
to pay
work.
somebody to do it?
Yes, it's work. Exactly.
No,
If your wife didn't do
not
the
really.
thing she's doing, you would have to pay somebody to do it, and
No,
it would cost you a lot of money. Actually, it would cost
no,
you a hell
no,
of a lot of money to
stop
pay.
no.
lying.
'Cause-
You know it's true. You know
Come
it's
on,
true, Game
man.
Brad. You
So you're
know it's
saying I
true.
can't
Stop lying
delegate
to win
nothing
a
through the
point.
phone?
Stop lying to win a point.
What you mean? Are you saying
You
so?
know that you would have to hire somebody to do what your wife's doing for you right now.
And stop trying to
le-
downplay our friend because
So
you're doing it
so
right now. Stop
so
trying to
so
We like
downplay
Mrs.
our friend.
Gamebread, man. I
so
ain't
let,
gonna even hold you.
so let me ask you a question. So you're saying the contracts wouldn't be won unless she answered the
Oh,
phones and not you?
no, that's not what we're saying. That's
No,
not
no,
what we're
you're
saying.
saying that. You're saying unless
Nah,
she
you're trying
answers
to.
the
Look,
phone.
We're
this
trying
is
to skirt
textbook.
around the
This is
points that we're actually saying
this
because what we
this
said was really simple.
this textbook gaslighting tactics right here, sir.
No,
Where we're saying is simply put, whatever role your wife is playing, which is a significant role, you know
I
that and
agree.
I know that.
I agree.
If she were to step away from that role, would you or would you not have to pay somebody to do it?
I wouldn't.
Oh, please.
You know why I wouldn't? Because to win a contract, because bruh, her degree didn't teach her how to become how to give it. I taught her how to have this hustle muscle, right? I taught her how to sell.
Sir, do you
I
have a
taught her,
master's degree?
So
no, I don't. And degrees don't
So
mean
so
nothing.
so she got a hustle muscle. She already had it, brother. You don't got no master's degree. You don't get to tell her she don't got no hustle. Do you see what I'm
Hustle.
saying? At every
I'm trying to
turn,
downplay
you
her.
downplay her. Every chance you get, you
I let
downplay
her
your own
tell you who
wife.
taught her how to sell.
That's disgusting. That's nasty work, fam.
That's not nasty work. You telling me that so look, ain't no dummies building no pyramids. All right. Ain't not one dummy building a pyramid. All
A
right.
dummy
So
The
can. It's the
fact that
person
you
that
think
constructed the pyramid that matters because they would have to construct a pyramid that will stay up. A dummy can just put it together. The person instructing
yeah,
it is the smart one.
yeah, the
the fact
pyramid.
that you
We're
think that
not
you're
talking
gonna
about a
still win a
sandcastle.
contract, the fact that you think that you would still win a contract without her also making sure that she's doing backhanded work shows me that she's the main one running the whole business. Because that
No,
is
that's
that
not
you
true.
are just going up,
You
sir.
want to
I
make
have a business too, sir.
man,
I
you
have a
making
business too.
yourself
Look me
feel
up,
good.
sir. I have a
What?
business.
You
Look
making
me up,
yourself
okay.
feel
My
good.
point is, sir. My
So
point
all
is.
this crumbles if she don't answer the phone.
My point is,
He's still
you sitting
downplaying her.
here and trying to pin everything on contracts won or lost to dismiss the work that she does in the back end
I'm
to
not
elevate
dismissing.
yourself
I'm
is the
dismissing you saying that that's what she. It has to happen for this not to crumble down.
Hold on,
okay.
give me a
You
second,
got
y'all.
it.
Give me a second. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second, real quick. Hey, we had 250,000. 200. I wish 250,000 likes, man. I appreciate y'all. It's a great day. It's a great day in the live. Let's bang out some of these gift goals and let's bang that cash app one time. A dollar a do. It's 961 people in here. Everybody chip in. Throw a buck in the collection plate. Are you not entertained? This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. To me, this shit is. I don't know about as a married man. What I'm hearing right now is blowing my mind. Like I've never experienced this shit in real time. I've heard
So
dudes. I've
I'm
seen it,
worthless.
but I ain't never seen it to this degree. This is deep. This is deep.
So I'm worthless.
This at least worth $5 for the entry fee, man. Bang that cash out one time. Keep the live alive, man. Go ahead, Game Bread. I know you want to say something, brother.
So you telling me I'm worthless?
That's not what we
No,
saying.
we're not.
That's
And
not what.
This is
that's
somebody
the
else. You are a
problem.
professional
That is the problem
gaslighter.
that we see with racism because they think that acknowledging the other party devalues you. You both can have value. You don't have to put her down and her achievements to build yourself up. And that's the
I'm
problem.
Exactly.
not
That is
putting it
what
down.
misogyny is. It's because you want to put yourself above somebody else because you think that
Exactly.
if they're equal to you or if they're above you, that lowers your self value. That's the
That's
problem. You
not
don't
what's
have
Exactly.
to
happening.
you can
You're
get
telling
your
me
value comes from within. You don't have to devalue her to
so
put yourself on a pedestal because you're not shit.
no.
Okay, if it
Exactly.
wasn't for her, you wouldn't be in the position that you're in. Okay.
Is that really
First
what
of
you think?
all, and then
Yes.
second of all,
You're
yes. And
wrong.
then second of all,
Yes.
You're
and then
wrong.
second of all, at the end of the day, this is why when we talk about women needing to be accountable, this is an example of it. When someone is showing you who they are telling you, and you're like, oh, he doesn't mean it. Oh, he's just forgetting. Oh, he's just being
Yep.
funny. It's hard to feel bad for you because in reality,
I don't
this
want you to feel
man is
bad for me.
telling
Don't
you
pay the
We
bills.
don't feel
You,
bad for
not
you
you. We
you,
feel
so
bad
not
for
you.
Mrs.
valuable.
Game Bread.
Nah, don't feel bad for her. She's good, man. She's
Go
driving a
We
ahead.
nice
Go
car.
ahead,
I
Katie.
know.
But
I think and I motion that on the strength of Mrs. Game Bread, cause she our nigga, we need to drop Game Bread because we will
Nah,
not
hell no, we ain't dropping this
no,
nigga. We
we
about to
not
talk to
gonna
this nigga.
tolerate the Mrs. Game Bread slander.
So you
We
say so
but
you
not.
We
saying
about to talk
but
to
you
this
know
man.
so you saying nothing will get done if she ups and leaves right
That
now?
is
You're
not
telling
what
me
we are
it's not what
saying,
we're
sir.
saying.
all
That
right.
That's
is
not
not
what
what
we're
we are
saying.
saying.
Respectfully, when she said earlier that you were really intelligent, at this moment right now, I don't even know if that's true.
He is
Because if
intelligent.
no,
Nani,
Ain't no
don't fall
dummies
for it.
building no
He knows
pyramid.
exactly what he's doing. That's why he's framing it in that way. He knows we're
no,
not
Exactly.
saying that. That is a
he
gaslight.
Exactly.
He's gaslighting us.
Exactly.
It's
Yes,
intentional.
he
Gaslighting is
is.
He's
a
intelligent.
10-year-old
He
He
knows
word.
is.
exactly what he's doing.
No, he
I think
is.
y'all are
He
No
giving
is.
this
word
man
to the
way too much
dictionary
credit.
you're using.
I know he's
Gaslighting. They just
gaslighting, but
invented
my
it.
point is when 1 + 1 = 2, why do you keep telling us it's 55? You came up here, you lied. You say she didn't do anything. It turns out she did do something, and
I
now we're
didn't
telling
say
her,
she
don't
did.
hold on.
I said she
Yes, you
didn't
did.
work.
You said that she didn't work, but she's working. Do you know what work is? Spell work and
Yeah.
define it. Spell
Okay.
work and define it because
Okay.
clearly what she's doing is work. Her
Okay.
phone was going off in the background. She's going and
How you think the phone was going off? Who gave
sir,
her? Who
If
sir,
gave them their
he,
if
number?
she
Her
if
number.
stopped doing every single
no,
thing right now, if she stopped doing every single thing that she does right now, you
Everything
would
will
not
crumble.
know where to start.
Wow. Now
if
that's
he,
somebody that's
bel
full of themselves.
if he
You
You're full
crazy.
of
believes,
yourself. I don't come
You
online
crazy.
lying about other people to
Ain't,
help
no,
me
ain't
get where
no
I need to
dummies
go.
building no
You're
pyramids,
a
not to
grown
this extent.
man.
You're a grown man.
Man, listen to me, man. You could feel good about yourself, man. Ain't no dummy
What
good to no
you
parent.
definitely can do that without lying about what other people
I'm
do
not
to
lying.
contribute. You
Okay,
You
are.
but
go ahead.
listening to
Go
him,
ahead. Oh yeah. Go ahead. Oh yeah.
listening to him talk, and I'm listening to him closely. I understand he's ego driven, number one.
That's
And
facts.
somebody like that, if he believes anything otherwise than what he's saying, that'll be crushing for him. So he's running from the truth right now.
You crazy, boy. I
Running,
built pyramids.
running to the other side of the globe. How far do you want us to chase you, bro?
Ain't
To
nobody
Africa? To India?
chase
You
yourself,
know
man.
the wait. You know the truth.
Build yourself a
No,
pyramid.
no, no. You just don't want to accept the truth
Build
because
yourself a pyramid.
you're ego driven.
It had nothing to do with ego.
It,
It
it
has
has
everything to do with
absolutely everything to do with ego.
So when
Otherwise,
somebody says,
oth-
real quick to Oya's point. So when somebody says, "I'm him," what is that rooted in?
That means I'm that guy.
And what does that mean?
That
Where's
means
that coming from?
A
that
pathological
means
liar.
look, man, I'm gonna tell you what Hove said, man. I'm the one that
no,
pulled
we
the
don't want to
pot
hear
out
what
when
Hope said. We want
I'm
to
the
hear what
one
you
that pulled the
said. We
pot
don't
out
care what Hope said
when
right
people
now.
had to get fed.
We don't care what Hope said right now.
Yeah, I'm the one that pulled
We're
the pot
listening to
out.
what you're saying right now, and we're basing our judgment off of what you're saying right now. And what
I'm the
you
one, I'm telling
said,
you, I'm the one that pulled the pot out.
what you said did not add up to what your wife said.
That's cool. But
This
I'm the
is
one that pulled
Oh,
crazy,
so that's
bro.
cool. So it's cool that you lied.
I'm the one that pulled the pot out. See, you're laughing because you ain't got no pot to pull.
Laughing
I'm the
because
one that pulled the pot.
you
You
just
know how
proved
many
our point.
houses I open?
I'm
You know how many
laughing
families I
because
feed?
you just proved our point.
Come
You
on,
know how
man.
You're
many
running from
families?
the truth.
You know how many families y'all feed? Y'all
Y'all feed.
feed a lot of
Y'all
family.
feed. That's
Y'all
cool.
do a lot of good work in the community. I bet. Y'all sound like a cool couple. Y'all sound like a cool couple.
We,
You
but,
sound like a liar.
but,
Y'all sound like a
but
cool couple.
I'm
You
still,
sound like you don't like your wife, but I know you do because I don't. I think you do. I can't say I know you do because everything you saying makes me think you don't really like her.
I don't
Like
like her.
everything you say sounds more like I'm like, yeah, ain't no way he like that
No,
woman.
Ding, 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 ding,
don't
ding.
diminish
I would
me.
never.
Why
Don't
are you in
diminish me. Don't tell
competition
me.
with her?
Don't. You're
Like, no,
diminishing me
because
to
no,
make
no,
yourself
listen,
feel better.
game, can I just say something really quickly? I don't know how old you are, but you are too grown
I'm
for this
35.
specific thing.
Mm.
Well, you need to grow up a little bit more. And I say this because again, you keep trying to gaslight us like you do her, and it's not working. The truth of the
No,
matter
what
is
you
she
mean?
contributes, sir, hold
Listen,
on.
that
Sir,
5-year-old
sir,
word
sir,
doesn't work
sir,
for me.
sir, just 5 seconds. Okay.
5-year-old word.
Listen, I myself also have a business. That being said, I will always recognize other people that help me get in the positions that I do, regardless of being her. With that
So
being said,
tell me who helped you get there.
hold on. I asked you like 55 times what LLC was. You weren't able to even answer that. My
You
point
talking
is
about a limited liability company?
sir, my point
Yeah,
is,
stop, man.
my
Or
point
go
is,
live and start
can I
pulling the
just
money
finish?
counter
Can I
out
just
on.
finish my point? Can I just finish my point? My point is, it is very disrespectful to come online and say you care for someone, that you fully love them, and that you respect them. However, every single chance that you get, you are diminishing every single thing that they have done to get both of you guys in the position that you guys are both experiencing at this moment. And if you don't see it that way, that's perfectly fine. However, I can't give you glasses if you want to remain blind. You know what I mean? So it's okay. You got it. You right. We
Yeah.
wrong. You
I
that
got
shit.
maybe over a
Yep.
dozen pairs of glasses. Don't trip about your
You need to
A
glasses.
go get some
dozen pair of
more.
Hey,
glasses. Why do we
listen.
care about that?
So listen,
What would make
listen.
you think? Do you wait? On some real shit, fam. On some real shit. In what circle do you run in where you think that bragging about your material possessions would like humble somebody else?
He's
Like,
insecure. That's what it is.
yeah, like that is so like your
Listen.
insecurity is raging.
I'm gonna
Do
tell
you
you
think
something.
I care?
I'm gonna tell you something that you guys don't understand. Money
Ego
attracts
driven.
money. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh
Money
my
attracts money.
god.
You walk in that room, man.
Ego.
My
That's all
Game
I'm
home,
hearing.
bread.
my
Game
money,
Ego,
bread.
my
ego,
watches
ego,
closes
ego,
deals.
Game
ego,
bread.
ego.
You can't relate. That's
Game
why you
bread.
say
Game
you
That's
bread.
all
Game
I'm
bread.
hearing.
Game bread.
Ego.
I
you
was
can't relate.
23. Game bread.
Just
I
say
was
you
20.
can't
Game
relate.
bread. I was 23 in school for psychology and have been on Forbes 6 months into my business. I didn't need to tell you that, but you still wouldn't be
Where
in
is
my
you in
caliber.
Forbes? Let's look it
That
up.
being
Where you at
said,
in Forbes?
I
Let's go
did
look it
that,
up.
sir. I did that from the ground up. You can look me up. I'm on Business Insider. It's completely okay. You can go on my page.
That's not
My
Forbes.
point,
I could be a business
sir,
insider.
Forbes and Business Insider, as in Business Insider
Okay, tell me
coverage.
about Forbes.
Sir,
Hold on
Sir,
for a second, y'all.
I'm
Hold
gonna
on.
look
Give me
you
a
up.
second. Give me a second. Give me a second. We got it. Let's bring it. Let's bring it down a little bit. Let's bring it down a little bit. I wanted to say that you reminded me of somebody, and
The average person just had dry
This man
cereal
hate
and a
women.
stale muffin for breakfast this morning.
Hey, women.
Ask me what I had. An
Ain't that the
LLC.
hold
go-to?
on, man. Be
Yeah.
quiet. Be
And I'm gonna
quiet,
get one again
please.
tomorrow and the next day.
This is game bread. This is what
The
you
average
sound like.
person just had dry cereal and a stale muffin for breakfast this morning. Ask me what I had. An LLC. Yeah. And I'm gonna get one again tomorrow and the next day and the next day. I got 698 LLCs.
Yeah, I don't have one.
Mindset.
I don't have
Remember in
LLC.
kindergarten when they asked you what you wanted to be
That's
when you grew
poor
up?
man talk. We
What'd
don't
you
have
say,
LLC.
fireman, basketball player? I said I want to be the president. Look at me. They say the early bird gets the worm. But Big Worm was trying to shoot Craig and Smokey over $200. He didn't have the right mindset. You think my parents helped me? My parents only gave me a place to stay, hot food, a car, allowance, and they gave me a ride to school every day. That's not nothing.
None of my parents did that.
Your wife did.
No, she didn't.
You want a cookie? Because you gave me a ride, a car, a job, money.
You think I'm the type of guy to ride a woman's car? You crazy.
No, you're the type of
That's,
guy that
that's
will
y'all
go to
man.
dinner with Jay-Z over the $1 million.
No, I'm the type of guy that don't even want dinner, and I'm gonna go get my $1 million.
He woke up
You're
in the
the type
morning.
of guy to say your wife never worked.
He
It
had
doesn't work.
he had
That's the type
he
of
had an
guy you are.
LLC for breakfast. He said
I
he
don't
don't
have
want
an
no food.
LLC.
He had an LLC for breakfast.
LLC for poor people. We don't have LLCs. We don't
This
have
is
limited
crazy
liability.
work, man. This is crazy work,
We have
man.
incorporation and corporations, bro. We don't have LLCs.
Wait,
That's
you
All
said
right.
different.
wait, you said you have a corporation but not an LLC. Do you know what? Okay, you know what? You got it.
Yeah. They're different. In corp and LLC is not the same thing. Okay, so we don't have LLCs. We don't have limited liability. That's when
Hey,
you start
whatever
off
makes
with.
you sleep at night. Whatever
Yeah,
makes you sleep at night.
I sleep good.
All right. This
Oh
ain't a
yeah,
bit.
we know that.
I don't want to get into
Wrapped in your lies.
a
Yeah,
business dick
lies.
sucking contest.
I poop, man.
Contest. I don't give a fuck how many businesses you got. I don't care if you got an LLC,
Yeah. Then
CPT, LBC,
don't
213.
talk down on it then.
All
Why you
I'm
talking
not
down
talking
on it?
down on. I haven't talked
I'm
down
talking
on
about them.
anything. None of them have talked down on
Yeah.
anything that you have done. Actually, they're just saying the same thing I'm saying, which is stop talking down on your wife
Yeah,
and
I'm
give
not
her
talking down
fucking
on her.
props.
My wife does not work. My wife is at home.
Here, what did I just say? What did I just say? What did I just say?
not public.
I
What
can't.
time you got to go to work in the
Not
morning, lady?
public.
I
You've
Monday. What
you've
time
can't.
you
dropped
start, baby?
liars. You've
What
dropped
time you
liars
start,
for
baby?
less. You've dropped liars for less.
It's right there, Kay. If they want to drop them, they got to pay. I ain't about to drop the man. If they want to drop him, they can
Hey,
pay.
boo. Hey, boo. What time you go clock in, boo?
Nigga.
What time you clock in? Monday.
On
What
Monday, I'm
time you clock
clocking
in
in at
Monday morning?
I'll be in
This is the last
at
time
2.
I'm not coming back here one more time.
Don't come back here. We don't, ma'am.
Girl, you
Don't
need
let
to
this
What
man
time you
bring
leave.
you
clock
down.
in?
You
No,
sleeping
no,
with your biggest hater.
What time you clock
for
in
Like,
again?
real,
Hold
what
on.
if
Hear
public
out.
say
What
your
time you
biggest
clock
hater
in?
is a what?
It's a
for
man.
real.
It's a
Okay.
man for sure.
You need to be talking
Probably
to
the
that
nigga.
nigga.
Hey, probably the nigga you living with too.
What
Can I
time you
add it?
clock
Hold on,
in,
wait.
baby?
Let me add a caveat to your biggest hater as a man. It's probably the man sleeping next to you.
Listen, they be like, I'm fighting these demons. It's like you mean to do that you sleeping in the bed with every night? That's the demons you fighting?
Hey, your biggest hater is a man, and it's probably the nigga sleeping
Hey,
next to
baby,
you. That's
what
all
time
I'm
you
gonna
clock
tell
in,
you.
baby?
Y'all can
What
take the
time you clock
advice or
in?
you can leave it. You can leave
What
it
do
where
they
it
be?
may. But I'm just gonna tell you that your biggest hater
But
is a
they gotta
man. Is
clock in at
probably the
8 o'clock.
nigga you
Right.
done ate breakfast with. That's
Public,
all I'm saying.
what do
Hey,
they be
listen, man.
saying?
Make
Look,
sure you go clock in and call that man boss, all right?
public, what do they say? Look to your
Say
left.
sir when you talk to that man, all right? Say
Like
sir.
we in church.
Look to your left.
All right. Go clock in and call that man sir in
You are
during
so
breakfast, all right?
embarrassing. You are so embarrassing.
Hey
I
You
mean,
should
man,
be
I
this
will
embarrassed.
say
You
I
gotta
crazy.
am
clock
glad
in.
there are women like her in the world because she is a different level of woman that I
He's
can
laughing
never
at
be.
you.
She a saint. He
Because
don't even
He's
know.
laughing
because
at you. Make
because
sure
the
you
fact
say your
that I could
PTOs.
not imagine being married to
You
somebody
should
who is
not
my
imagine it.
biggest
You'll
hater.
never obtain it. Don't even
I
imagine it.
thank you
Don't
for putting
imagine.
life
Hold on,
out
Stop
wait,
there.
y'all.
imagining.
Wait, wait,
Imagining
wait.
is not for you.
Thank
Wait.
you.
Talking over each other ain't working. Also, you trapped that lady when she was 19. That's the only way you
Ain't
ended
no
up with her.
trap, boy.
You got her at 19. If you
That
met her
lady got
now, she
everything
would
I
run for
want.
the hills.
real.
She'll be
Ain't no
out.
trap. Ain't no
You
trap.
would walk up to her and talk about, I got 3 businesses.
Hey,
She'll be
what
like,
time you clock in, boss
okay.
man? What time you
Cool
clock in
story,
Monday?
bro.
What time you clock in Monday, Brody?
His
I
ego
clock
is
in at
so
2.
You
fragile.
clock in at
Your
2?
ego is so
Don't
Yeah.
be late.
fragile.
I
Don't
won't
be
be.
late, baby.
I
Don't
might
be
be. I be
late.
late a lot, but I'm
You
gonna try
might get
not to be
fired.
late.
Out
I'm
of
gonna try
5.
not to be late.
Don't be get fired now. It's a
Has
bad
to hype
economy.
himself up in the mirror with his lies
Hey,
every
All right,
morning.
baby. What
Yeah.
time
I
you
am
clock
that
in?
guy.
You
That's his
clock in
you
in the
know what?
morning?
I
affirmation.
ain't
I
tripping.
am that
Hey,
He's
guy.
manifesting being able to properly work his business.
Yeah.
hey,
All
I
your
just want to tell
Right.
you. I tell you. You can say whatever you want to say about me, right? You can say whatever
call
you want to
that
say
man
about me.
sir when you go in there.
You can say whatever you want to say. I'm good with that.
Yeah. Call
I
him
call him
sir.
sir, whatever.
Remember that.
Yeah. But one thing you
Your
can
man
never
look.
say about
Do your
me
son look
is
at
I
you as a
don't get on
superhero?
as I ain't never got online and lied to y'all for an hour and 30 minutes straight about my wife. and I'm gonna hang my hat on that. I didn't think that would be something I would be proud to say. But I can say that truthfully. Y'all can say whatever you want to say about me, but you cannot say that I have ever gotten online and lied on my wife and diminished her work and her worth for an hour and a half straight, and then had her come on and say and tell everybody and sun me and say, I just be letting him get away with that stupid shit because he need that. That makes him feel better.
Hey,
I can
listen.
tell you that. You can say whatever, boss man. I call a nigga a boss,
Call me sir.
a sir,
Yeah.
whatever. Clock in, clock
Yeah.
out, whatever.
Clock
Most
in,
people
clock
work
out.
for
All that.
somebody, sir. You
All
ain't
that.
saying nothing.
All
But
that.
you work for your wife, and
Hey,
that's
hey,
cool.
I'm gonna tell
All
you
I want
something.
you to do is
Do you?
understand that that's
Hey,
cool, and you should own that shit.
let me
You
ask you a
work for
question.
your wife, so
Do your
you should
son
own that, brother.
do your son look at you as a superhero?
No, that's stupid.
He doesn't look at you as a role model or superhero or
As a
nothing?
role model,
Yeah.
yeah. As a superhero, no,
Now when
that's
your boss
dumb.
is in the room, not when your boss is in the
If my
room, baby.
son looked
Not
at
when your
me as
boss
a
in the room. He seen you getting
You're
sent by your
walking
boss.
plagiarism. You know that, right?
Man, go clock in.
Walking
Make sure you
plagiarism.
do your
That's you.
W-2s, all right?
You take your wife work as yours, and you say
Man,
all
my
of it
wife
is
work is
yours.
he
mine.
sound like a slave owner.
Man,
Telling
hey,
you,
y'all just hey,
you
Hey, free that man
plagiarize her
wife until
work.
she
look.
free, man.
Me and my wife are slave owners, man, and you go ahead and y'all go slave. It don't matter, man. Y'all go clock in. Make
What
sure
you
you
just
punch
said
that
did
clock.
not make any sense. Stop talking. Stop
Hey, go
talking.
clock in, baby.
Stop talking.
Don't waste your Saturday, man. You only get 2 of those.
Never that.
I
Yeah.
do.
Never that.
Don't waste
I
your
only get
Saturday.
2 Saturdays a
Never
month.
that.
You only get 2 of those, baby. You
And you
gotta
only
make
get
sure
2 ears, two
you gotta
eyes,
clock in,
and
baby.
one mouth to talk.
You gotta
All right,
clock in
And
all
one
you
day.
and not one of them
all
are
How that
right,
being
all
put
right,
to use
$25
all
an
right
right,
hour
all
treat
now.
you?
right, all right, all right, all
How
right,
that
all right.
$25 an hour treat
You're
you, baby?
not using them right now.
Hold on. Everybody mute up. We ain't about to start shaming people for having jobs. That's the stupidest shit in
In
the
what
world you
world?
could.
That's why I said he's an overseer because you are part of the system as well. Because you actually work more when you're a business owner. It's the
I
corporation, so
work for
you're able to
myself
pay
though.
people to do the dirty work for you.
I work for
That's the
myself. You
boss.
can't say the same.
It's
You
No,
cool,
work for
you
man.
work
You
for
somebody
work.
your
You
else. You
work.
better
wife.
clock in on time.
Yeah,
You're
you got
working
it,
for
man.
your wife.
Hey, I'm about to rotate, y'all. I got a lot of people in this queue. I ain't gonna clear the
Hey,
whole
it's
panel.
always a pleasure talking to you, my brother.
You too, man. You too, man. Bring your, hey, man. Bring your
You know
wife.
we're gonna shake the room up whenever I'm here, baby. You already know.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. Did you tell your wife that you was open to sleeping with a 12-year-old girl,
No,
but just not in 2024?
but she heard that, and
She heard that.
she know you're lying because that's not what I said.
Oh, she's weird.
That is what you said. What you
That's
talking
not what I
about?
said. You said you're gonna post it on YouTube, right? Let's see if that's true.
Yeah, I'm gonna post the whole
Everybody,
thing.
okay,
Yeah.
so now bring that thing and post it on your thing.
Hold on. You ain't about to lie on me.
You're lying.
Hold on. I asked you.
Yeah.
I
You
asked
asked me about the Prophet of Islam, and that's where the
Prophet
question
Muhammad.
started.
I
Yeah,
said Prophet Muhammad had a
yeah,
9-year-old
yeah.
child bride. You said
In the
yep.
600s.
Yep, and
Yeah,
you keep making that like the year as if that matters to me.
yeah. And then I
and
told
here
you,
we go.
okay. I
And
told you
here we go.
6,000 years ago there
You
was a
said it was
pharaoh that got
okay.
married
So
to
I
8.
asked you. I said because I said morally it was wrong 6,000 years ago.
No,
And
it
you
wasn't. Where was the
see,
uprising? Show me. Where's your evidence?
see.
Where's your evidence? If it was morally
And then
wrong, you
I
should be
said,
able to
hold
prove it.
on. And then I asked you. I said, fuck a 9-year-old. That's too young. I'll even give you 3 years. I said, is it would you if you can get away with it in 2024 if it wasn't morally wrong in 2024 and legally wrong in 2024, would you marry a 12-year-old? And
What
you
was my answer?
said, not
What's my
2020,
answer?
and you said not 2024.
Yeah. No. Back in the
That
day,
was wild.
hey, look, post it, baby. I ain't ashamed of nothing. And what I'm telling you is, if it was morally unacceptable 6,000 years ago during the time of the pharaohs, then you should be able to show me some proof and evidence. But you're not doing that. So obviously it wasn't morally incorrect 6,000 years ago, let alone 2,000 years ago. It's morally incorrect now. If something is morally incorrect, it's always morally incorrect. It has always
and
They said
that's
been
the
morally
point.
slavery was
okay.
completely
Sure.
okay. They should have
Oh, don't
continued
get him started
slavery.
on slavery, Nani. He already told
Man.
us a bunch of
It
bullshit
wasn't
about
morally
slavery. Don't
incorrect
even.
6,000 years ago.
Yeah, it was always morally incorrect.
Man, y'all slaving now. Y'all, it's called wage slavery. Y'all under wage slavery.
No, I ain't a slave.
Now you are. You got to go to work. You got to clock in.
Well, if we're doing that from that standpoint, you're a
It's
slave
called
too.
wage slavery. At least
You're a slave too. Yeah.
No, I'm not a slave. I could not.
Business owners always they always like to think like you are exempt from the things that
What you mean?
working class people. You're still a working class person, sir. You ain't no capitalist.
You crazy as hell.
Like, do
I
you
I'm
can
not
not
crazy.
pay? Do you
anytime I
pay
want to.
taxes? You're
What
not getting a tax break for being an LLC. So
I'm
I'm
not an
asking,
LLC.
what
Why
way,
do you
shape, or
keep putting me down with
form
the poor people?
do you
Oh, I
like?
I'm
forgot. You
not
know
a
what?
poor person.
What?
Wait, poor.
I don't have LLCs. That's for you, the startups.
You closer to being sir, you closer to being you closer to being on the street than you are to being Jay-Z. So you poor.
I don't want to be on. I'm just an entertainer. I got the hustle.
You
muscle.
want Jay-Z
I don't
money.
gotta. I don't gotta serenade.
So now you gonna lie to us and say you don't want Jay-Z money too?
No, I'll take the money, but I don't.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about Jay-Z himself. You want Jay-Z money, but you closer to being Jay-Z. I mean, you closer to being on the street homeless than you are to being Jay-Z times 10 million.
That's something to make you feel good.
No, why would that make me feel good? That doesn't make me feel good.
So I'm closer to being on the street with over a kilo of gold on my neck.
Yeah.
And a $40,000 watch on my wrist. And
yes.
another $30,000 that I got. Man, listen, man. That's not close to the street, baby.
Do you know that that all of us up here understand money? Who do you think you're talking to?
Not. Because if you understand what a kilo of gold was 5 years ago and how much it is now, you would understand that this is a big investment.
All right, you just saying anything.
No, let's go look at the prices of gold over the last 5 years. Let's see how much I won on my gold. I damn near bought it for free.
Thank Jesus. Thank white Jesus right now. Thank white Jesus right now. Let me tell you something about rich people. Let me tell you something about people who have money. The one thing that they're not doing is sitting on TikTok arguing with anybody about how much money they got. Nor are they making videos to post on their account
you know?
about how much
Stop
money they
talking
got.
when other people are talking.
A lot.
Damn.
I mean a lot. And they ain't on TikTok arguing with nobody.
Goodness gracious.
Like you would never catch me posting. You would never catch me posting what kind of watch I wear, what kind of shoes I own, what kind of clothes I wear, what kind of car I drive. None of that. What?
Hold on, fam.
Sure,
you don't
sure.
know. Yeah, you don't. You ain't even. Don't even.
We'll
Yeah,
go with that.
yeah. You got it. We broke, baby. We broke.
Yeah.
We broke.
Everybody
up here poor. We all poor. You rich. You got it. You won. You won that race.
Y'all just clock in and clock out, man. Y'all working.
Yeah, you got to clock in and then clock out, whatever.
Somebody got to flip the burgers.
You won. Yeah, you flip burgers.
I wake up whatever time of the day I
Hold on,
feel
Mr.
like.
Jones. Wait, Mr. Jones. We ain't got it. Don't even. Let's not even do it because what he's doing is he's shaming people. Hold on, Game Break. Hold on. The reason why I don't like playing this game with people like him
for working is crazy.
He's just shaming people for working. He's almost somebody got to flip the burgers. You're right. So why shame them? Somebody has to flip the burgers. Game Bread. You're right. So why shame them? That's what I'm saying. Why talk down on them? Why act like you better than them? You're not.
You're in America. Go get your own. Why you working for people, man? Would your son look at you when your boss tell you no, you can't go home right now, and your son got basketball practice and you can't show up?
Let me ask you a question, Game Bread. If you were on one of your jobs, one of your contracts, and you don't have kids,
on my jobs.
Yeah, but if you were, because you do.
Well, if it was a fifth, we'll all be drunk, baby.
Yeah. So you can't. No matter what, you have to listen to the. If you have a contract with somebody, you have to adhere to the contract, right?
I'll terminate the shit out of it. You crazy? I run my own thing.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm even asking this dude questions.
He has no clue.
We know he gonna lie.
Ain't no dummies building no pyramids, and that's just the end of that.
But you ain't built no pyramid.
Shit, you lying to me?
Where your pyramid at? What you talking about?
Right.
You built a pyramid. You talking about a pyramid scheme?
Common people.
Right.
This
Man,
nigga
these
talking about
companies
this nigga talking about an
keep saying
MLM. He talking about
LLC.
he talking about a forex. He talking about a motherfucking forex pyramid. Nigga, what you talking about? You ain't build no
Forex, man.
pyramid.
Come on, bro.
You got a business, bro.
Boy, I got
And I'm
business
happy
too.
for you.
The
I'm not
crazy
like
part
you.
is like
I'm
the
not.
common people.
Okay,
Yeah,
The
public.
common
common
people.
people built the
Yeah, the
pyramids.
peasants.
The common
I
people built the
mean,
pyramids.
the peasants build the
The
pyramid.
common people built the
But
We
pyramids.
wasn't he
put the
saying?
work
Literally, the
in.
Wasn't he
common
yelling
people built the
earlier?
pyramids.
No dummy is building pyramids earlier.
No.
Wasn't
Ain't
he
no dummy
saying
building the
that?
pyramid. Ain't no dummy building the pyramid.
This shit's
Now
so
you got
sick.
the peasants putting in the rocks, but not building the pyramid.
Clearly his wife is a charity worker because I understand
she,
why
she a
figuring out.
goddamn
Just
saint,
make sure,
man. That woman's
just
a
make sure
saint.
you gonna be a charity
Listen,
worker and you go
so
clock in and you call that man sir.
so
And
so
when you're
let
done, you
me
be like, okay, goodbye, sir. And
so
then he tell you
public.
no.
Let me lay this down to you. As I was listening to Tony Duggadillo try to tell you what the real story was about his wife in the beginning, because he got the 3 businesses. So he's talking about this resume he can build for and all this shit. So I go ahead and put my corporate hiring manager hat on. And the way he explained her in the beginning, I was like, she gonna barely be able to clean toilets. Cause
Man.
she ain't sound like she could do a goddamn thing
Listen, if she
competently.
leaves over here, she gonna make more than
Sir,
you
be
make.
the fuck quiet. You been talking all this goddamn time, sir. The lies you done told, you done lied on the lies. The lies are confused. The lies want to tell the truth because they tired of you lying, sir. Shit. Now, then when she got on here and started talking, I was like, well, God, look, I want to work for her. Mrs. Gabriel, do you have
She
any
hiring.
positions available,
She
I
ma'am?
hiring.
believe in
She
her.
hiring, baby.
Yes.
Come on. What time you want to clock in?
Because as far as I can tell, the only thing that I can fathom, the only way my spectrum brain is making this chemical equation balance, this motherfucker is a pet. Because otherwise, ma'am, you could have just bought a dog. Okay, I'm done.
Go buy
This
you a
shit.
dog. You
You
hear
don't
me?
gotta respond
Me.
to everything
I
somebody
just have
say,
one
bro.
quick
It's
thing.
okay.
I got one quick thing to say. I
We
got
gonna
one
shake
quick
this
thing to
room
say.
up, baby. Let me do my thing.
That ain't platinum. That's a silvery chain. But like,
No, it's a
what
gold
is it? What is
chain.
it? He got those is moissanite. Those is
Moissanite.
Hey, but
moissanite.
I
That's
like
how
them
you know.
Moissanite, man.
That's how
I
you
don't
know
believe in buying
somebody that
diamonds.
don't
That
got
shit's
no money.
stupid.
Me too. I agree with
That's
you.
how you
I
know
ain't shaming.
nobody got
But
no
look,
money. You
when
can't
you
even
could have
tell real from
invested,
fake.
when you
Let
could
me
have
ask you a
invested
question.
in
How many
when you
carats
could have
of gold?
invested, when you could have invested in property, when you could have invested, you know what I'm saying, in
Who said
mutual
I don't have
funds,
those?
when you could have invested,
Look at that.
you know what I'm saying? Not like rich people aren't walking around talking about they got a kilo worth of fucking, you know what I'm saying, trash on their body.
That ain't trash, boy. That's
That's
18
crazy
karat gold.
talk. That's crazy talk. Rich people don't do that. Wealthy people don't do that.
Hey, don't
What did
shame them
Jay-Z say?
Moissanite, man.
I'm not shaming them. I'm not shaming them. Like, yo, get buy
I'm
a
all
moist
day.
night. Stop buying them blood diamonds. I agree with you.
I
But listen,
hate diamonds. Is the
like
stupidest shit on the planet to me.
Hey, that's why you see
he said,
gold, baby. You see,
I'm rich enough to put, you know what I'm saying, like rims on this truck, but I'm smart enough not to do it.
we don't put rims on Benzes, baby. You do that. We
Like,
don't
you know
do
what I'm
that.
saying? Like I could buy all the watches and all the chains, but I'm
No, you
smart
can't.
enough not to. That doesn't make
No,
sense.
no, you
That doesn't
can't.
make sense. Those aren't
But
sound
It's
business
called a
but game
luxury
investments.
but game
tax.
bread. Hold up. But
Those
game
aren't
bread.
sound business investments. You're gonna
But
have to
game.
take them to the pawn
She
shop one
could
day.
she
Ain't
But
could have
game
You're gonna
bread.
have to
What
called
take
a
them
makes
to the pawn
luxury
shop.
tax, baby.
wait, you know what the craziest thing about this is that you assuming that you're the only person getting to the bag up here is wild to me.
I'm not assuming. I could
You
read.
are. You are
I could
assuming that
hear.
about everybody up here. You don't
You
know what
gotta
no, we
clock
just
in
not
at 2
like
p.m.,
you.
bro.
All right, bro. This shit crazy.
you know what? She should have
Fuck,
bought a
man.
pool.
This is crazy. Hey man,
Or
you
a
need
giant
help. I ain't gonna even
pool.
hold you, fam. You need help. You need to go see
Listen,
fucking a therapist.
I
A
This
give
is
out
Belgian
help,
sick.
baby.
Malinois would be
I
less
I
work than
give
this
out
one.
help.
This is sick, man. I can't. This is sick. You too
Why you
old.
mad at
Like
me, bro?
I ain't even mad at. I'm really like. It's disturbing. It's like what?
It's
Public,
disturbing getting
actually, I
money.
have a slightly different take for you on this. I have a slightly different take. Think about this. Think about
Listen,
this.
you take
The
yourself to
way
work,
that
okay, and
woman
clock
is
in.
so
Just
highly
take
and
that take.
ultimately competent vis-a-vis the way that this man is emoting and showing up right now, this is the only place that he can do this. You heard
Yep.
her
His wife said it.
Yeah, that everyone in their circle, every other realm, every other corner of the fucking earth, he has nowhere to run and be powerful.
I've been
This
in a
this
lot of
is
spots
the
in the earth.
place.
Hey, why you got on all them
This
chains
is
while
the
you sitting
spot.
on TikTok in your house, nigga? That's crazy. Why
Well,
you
I
got on
don't
all
have
them
all
chains?
these
You think
chains
you
on.
Drake? I wear every
That's a
single
picture.
chain, even when I'm in the house.
That's a
Why you got on
picture.
all them chains when you in the house, fam? You ain't going nowhere. Take that shit off.
Bro, that's an avatar.
You said you got them on.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
They're in the safe. But
Bet.
anyway, these are 18 and 21 karat gold. Y'all don't even know about that. These are from Africa. That's African gold.
Because
You know?
public, think about it, and,
You don't even know
and
that.
think about it, and think about it.
Strictly
Here's
gold
here's the
South
killer
African.
part.
This is
Public,
Wakandan gold.
public,
This is
public,
Wakandan
Yeah,
gold right
this is
here.
that
public,
Wakandan. Something you'll never know about, boy. All
You
you know
public.
is
cannot make
14
this
and
shit
10.
up.
Public, check it. He
18,
has to do
21
it here
karat.
vocally because really he would if he could play Sims, he'd do this is his Sims
Go
life.
on and get on your sit. Now he play GTA. He a
I
GTA
don't, I
type of dude.
don't
You think
play
he Tony
games, bro.
Montana?
I
But
don't
like
play
90
games,
said, he
bro.
phony Montana. Go on and get
Monopoly.
on your GTA grind,
Monopoly in
fam.
real life, baby.
You a,
Monopoly in
you
real
a,
life.
you a solid businessman, man. That's the
Hey,
thing. I'm a
hey, listen, everybody in the chat, crowdfund this $50.
Look
bang
at
the
that.
cash app just for the fuck
It's
of it, low key.
844
I
of
got
you
You know,
five
only
motherfuckers
one
in
that
on
need
it.
here.
crowd.
$1 from
You
50
only
you
need
motherfuckers,
crowdfunding.
and
I
we
don't
could
need
all be
crowdfunding, bro.
free.
Hey,
I got
I give y'all
five
10
on
minutes.
it.
I give y'all 10 minutes. Y'all to pull
Listen,
together
hold
50
up,
to drop this man.
hold up. Let me do a commercial, public.
Whatever money come in the
Listen,
next 10 minutes, y'all drop.
all
We
it'll
dropping
take
them if
is
it add up to
$1
50.
You
from
ain't got no
50
time
of
for the
you
commercial. You got to
motherfuckers,
clock
and
in
we could
tomorrow,
all
baby.
be free.
It's time for you
One
to go to
dollar
sleep.
from 50 people in the next 10 minutes, and we could all have freedom from this ignorant motherfucker
Yeah.
listening to for the
What you
last
gonna
damn
do
near
about the
2
gas
hours.
money?
$1 from
What you gonna do about the
50. It's
gas money?
800 of y'all. Come on, I got
Hey yo,
faith.
hey
Come on,
yo, I
y'all.
got one better.
One
Hey,
dollar for your boy.
hey, public. I got one better.
Man,
I got
you
one better. I got one
be
better.
better with your boss, bro.
We
I got
got
one better.
we got 13
I
so
got
far. Go ahead.
Be better
Come
with
on,
your
$1.
boss.
We need 50. We
14.
could all be
Yeah,
free.
I do one better though. Hey, I'll pay him. I'll pay him $100 to come on my platform and debate me on any subject.
Oh,
I'll pay him
that's
$100,
cool.
I'm gonna
win or
smoke you.
lose.
It don't matter. I don't
That's
even want
cool.
100. I'll do it for free, baby. Come on.
We halfway there.
Come on, y'all. I got faith in you, baby. We can the Underground Railroad. This what we on, y'all. $1. $1 for your boy. 2 times for the 1 time so we could be out of here. Cause
32.
Put five on it.
listen,
I put five on it.
come on, y'all. Come on. I
I'm gonna
33.
got
look out
faith
too.
in
I'm
us.
gonna look out. Just tag
Come
your
on.
cash
We
app. I'm
gotta
gonna take
make
a
it to
screenshot.
50. We just gotta make it to
34.
50. I don't
We
want
got
the
this.
11. I just
Keep
want
that
39.
50,
20.
y'all. Come on. We
40.
got this.
Listen, man, she ain't got all day. Y'all hurry up, man. She gotta go clock in.
We gotta kick this mother
41.
out of
She
here.
gotta
Hey,
Come
clock
on,
in, baby.
did y'all find
nine
out if
more,
he a
baby.
Come
Trump
on.
supporter? Y'all
9
find
Come
out
more.
if
on.
he a
Get it.
Trump
Get him
supporter?
there.
Come
Come on. She
43.
gotta clock in.
Listen, 7 more.
44.
7 more.
Yeah, clock in.
Six
You
more.
almost there,
Y'all
Six
find
baby.
out if he
more.
a Trump
46.
supporter or not?
Four
Don't
more,
forget to
y'all.
call me,
47.
call
No,
me,
no, no,
baby.
Four more.
46.
Go better. Did you
Oh, it's
listen?
over. Uh-oh.
Y'all be safe,
Goodbye,
It's
baby.
over.
motherfuckers.
It's over. Somebody came in at the end and just dunked on them.
Yes.
They just went on and just was like, fuck
And we thank you.
And and what's that on? That's
Thank
on
you.
flipping burgers money. That's from
That's
flipping
flipping
burgers
burgers money.
money.
Listen.
Shout out to
Shout out to the
everybody.
burger flippers.
Hey, shout out to all my burger flippers. Shout out to all my Chipotle workers. Shout
You
out to all of
welcome.
my Home Depot workers. I fucks with y'all heavy. I love y'all. All my working class people, the proletariat. I fucks with y'all. I don't know what that clown was on. That's wild.
Period.
That's nasty work.
And
Who gonna flip the burgers? That's exactly the point.
Mind
and the
you,
thing
that's
about
That's
it
the
exactly
is,
what he was
point.
and the
doing.
thing
Mind you,
about
that's
it is,
exactly what he was doing before his wife saved him.
and
For
the
So
my
thing
yeah,
is,
praise
Popeyes
be to me.
batterers, for my Chick-fil-A batterers, thank you.
the thing
Okay.
is that
The
wealthy
healthcare
people.
workers.
The thing about it is, wealthy people are the ones that value those people.
People
That's the thing,
working.
because that's how they make their money. That's why they pay them the
Exactly.
lowest wage. When you look at the balance sheet, the salaries are always the highest. That's their biggest pay. That's why they pay them the least. So, but they see the value in those people. So that's how you can kind of tell, like, who these people really are. Like, you're not really in those spaces. You're not really like that, because in reality, they know those people are valuable because they make their money off of those people. But they want you to think that they're not valuable.
Yep.
That's why waiters are still have to rely on tips, and they're
Yep.
paying them $2 an hour because they know their biggest liability, their biggest expense is you.
Yep. Yep.
Isn't that
That's
how
it.
business works?
Katie saying something. That's exactly what it is. And they want
Not no
and you buy into it as a working class person is the craziest shit I could think of on the face of the planet. You working right with them. You go into the same, but you buy the same food. They cooking your food. You going to the restaurant. They serving you, and then you go around and shit on them. Why go to the restaurant then if you just to talk down on them?
And
That don't even make sense.
And let me swirl this back to your topic. I find it so repugnant, and there is no way on God's green earth that I could ever, in any way, find in any corner of my brain to disparage my partner on a book, on a train, in a
Couldn't
plane,
pay me.
on a car, on a sidewalk, in a
Hey,
toilet stall.
I ain't gonna Mo. I'm
On
gonna tell you
anybody.
something. I ain't gonna even hold you. I'm scared to do it because if I did that shit,
Right.
them papers
Actually,
is getting drafted.
You know what, public? You know what, public? I actually thought until she came on, you remember that Key and Peele skit when the brothers was getting together talking about you
Bitch.
right,
Yeah.
right. He was literally that was him. I feel like that was him being able to finally get that shit off because he
Hey,
really
but
wanted to say that shit. You
hey,
know
but
what
you
I'm
said
saying?
that. Hey, but you said that though, right? You said that to her. Yeah, I told her.
I said,
That shit to her
I
face.
said,
But she
bitch.
was right over his fucking shoulder, like, what you say, nigga?
listen.
Huh?
What you say?
Oh, nothing.
Listen, y'all, did anybody peep that since the beginning of him being on this live that he resented the fact that she was able to
Yes.
uh
Oh,
get the benefit? I was the
Sloppy.
one who was in the comment section saying he's complaining about his wife benefiting off of the work that I'm air quoting the work that he does. Because why are you caping for men to not have to do this? It's like he's trying to do it's like forked tongue. He was double talking.
Oh, he was
Like
double talking the whole time. Yeah.
he was bragging that he was doing it, but also resenting the fact that he was complaining. I was like, you complain. It's like you complaining that she gets to get all the bags and she don't have to work and this, that, and the other. And women get to just benefit off of men's labor, but yet he's devaluing all her labor. And I'm just sitting in there like, nigga, what is you complaining for? Are you bragging or are you complaining? Because I
It's
can't.
because he resents her and the
He
work that she
resents the
has
fuck out of
done.
her.
no, yeah,
I've been
exact.
saying, I've been saying he's her biggest hater. I've been saying that in the chat the entire time. This nigga hates his wife. He can't stand her ass. He's jealous the fuck out of her. And I
And she
get
got a
it.
master's, Ocean, and she got a
And
master's. So that was
and
the
she's such a
education.
she's such a pick me. She just talking about some, oh, I just let him do it.
He
He's a good
forgets.
man, Savannah. Oh, he's good and he couldn't do none of this without me. That nigga the fuck don't like you, bitch. That nigga don't like you. He don't even fucking like you like that.
That
To
was
cover
crazy.
you in a public space where don't nobody even know you.
I don't want to hear nothing
People,
about.
listen, people say, watch how people talk about you in rooms where don't nobody else know
Oh
you.
no, facts. That's
This
real
nigga
facts. Yeah,
talked the fuck bad about his wife to strangers, and she just thought, it's not even real.
it's
This bitch
real.
is dizzy as fuck.
It's real. It
She's
was so
dizzy.
real.
I'm
I
just
feel
like,
bad.
what? That's grounds for divorce. It's grounds for divorce.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all.
It's
I'm afraid to
grounds.
do it. Even if I wanted to do it, I'm afraid to do it
Man, got
because
my blood
them
pressure
papers is
up while
getting
I'm eating
drafted.
chicken. Got my blood pressure up while I'm eating chicken. This is a deadly combination.
Miss
Yeah, be careful.
Ocean,
Sit
Miss
down.
Ocean,
But
Miss
I do.
Ocean. I gonna. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, flawless. Go ahead.
Oh wait, I don't think you got to speak yet. Go ahead.
No, it's Miss Dark Horse. Yeah, go ahead, Miss Dark
I
Horse.
was gonna
Yeah.
say Miss Ocean. I've been sitting up here waiting to get up here, so I listened to her when she came up, and I hear the pick Misha in it, but I heard something totally different.
What you
So
hear, sis?
homegirl writes up all of the bids, right? So she's dealing with the people that they work for. So whoever's building, whatever he's building, that's who she's in contact with every day. So they make 100 times what he and she make. So I'm telling you now,
that somebody's seeing her work, somebody's seeing her value. She 35, don't have no kids. She planning the goddamn
Clock it.
exit. She
Clock.
planning the exit. She sound real confident because
Yep.
she like, this dude over here talked to me real nice or what have you, and he make a billion times more than you do. He building the whole city. He got the
Yep.
contracts from the city. So somebody gonna see her worth. Somebody gonna slide in there and talk to her nice, and she gonna leave him. I'ma follow him to find out when she leave. I'ma follow him for 5 years because she planning the exit and she on the way out. That's why she laughing at him. She
Hey,
don't
P
take
said
him
P said
serious.
P said they be in the P said they be in the DMs talking to, and I believe
That's
him.
why he was
And
listen.
the other part,
Somebody getting
That's
her.
why he
Somebody
the
was.
other
taking her.
part that
She
I
Listen,
was
not worried.
thinking
That's
was
why she
that
not worried.
you
that's
She
know
why
not. She
he
that
didn't
was
even
mad
sound
about that.
worried.
Hold
She
you
on,
didn't
know
That's
y'all.
how
why
sound
he was
worried.
sometimes
Hold
triggered.
I
on, hold on,
said,
y'all. Hold on.
And
Go ahead,
yeah,
go
y'all,
ahead, Nani. Go ahead, Nani.
yeah, I was gonna say, I think so. I see both the pick me part because I do think that in some way she is being like enabling. However, on the other side of that, I also feel like she's with the dumbest person that she can be with right now to get what she needs to do. And like I mean that with full disrespect. Because it's like, you know how like if you're trying to get somewhere, you can't be with somebody who is smart enough to know what you are doing,
Yeah,
right? And so I really feel like she's one of those because she even said it. She says, it sounds like bless your heart. You know, when
he the
you pat
worker.
somebody on the back and you're like, oh, you're doing amazing, baby. Yeah, yeah. Like, show us those muscles.
Hey,
And then, like, you clock out afterwards. I
she
hope
got she
that's the case.
she got that man out there sweating and doing all the hard labor, and she at the house masterminding everything.
I'm
He
trying
talking
to
about
tell you, she
That's
said,
why
I'm
he
not
She's
worried.
married,
resistant.
but
Remember,
she's
she was like,
married, so
I'm not
she's living a
worried
single
if he
life.
lived tomorrow. She's like, I'm not worried if he leave. I ain't worried. She got her stuff
but
put to the side. She got business. She got connect. She's building her contact list because
yep.
before you break out on your own,
oh,
you going
and
to
that's
have to have
oh,
your
and them
list of
businesses is,
contacts.
but all them businesses though. I mean, hopefully she did. Hopefully she owned that shit. You know, on the, you know what I'm saying. In the,
Hopefully,
you
she
know,
on the paperwork.
hopefully she on that paperwork and
Even
she
Yeah,
if
gonna
she
she
get.
said
not, she got the
earlier if he were
contact.
to
Even
leave
if
right
she
now,
It
not,
she'd
don't
be
sound
she's
okay.
the
like
face of the business. She
No,
don't
no,
have to
no,
do
No,
no.
all
They
no,
that
it
get
work.
doesn't.
She the
No,
that
face.
shit
no,
don't matter.
no,
That shit don't
no.
matter at
That
all.
and
it
She
she'd
the
don't
be in the
face
sound
of the
like
right
he's smart
business.
enough
hands.
to be
She
able to
has a
read.
master's degree. She
Yeah,
knows.
Yeah, no,
exactly.
no, no. But it needs
It
to
don't
be. It,
sound like he's
he
smart
don't
enough
have
to
no
be able to
degrees.
understand.
He didn't went. He
And
didn't go to college.
and
He don't know
and
what's going on
not
like
for
that.
nothing, he talking cash money shit. He better be sniffing his food, and if he smell almonds, put it down.
Nah, he
Well, that's what
not. She
I'm
not.
saying.
She don't need. She
But
don't need
I
nothing to
No,
happen to
she
him.
said earlier that even if he were to leave or whatever, she said verbatim, I'd be all right. So I honestly
Yep.
think she'll be okay.
Yep. I'm
Yeah.
I
trying
mean,
to tell
even
you
if
this.
we
This
talk
Hold on,
about
y'all.
this, like,
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. One at a time. Go ahead, Katie. Go ahead.
thank you. Even if we think about, like, if we take it off of them, right, and their dynamic, this is not new things that we've seen, and we would hope that a lot of women are planning their escape. But, like, for example, and I'm only using celebrities because it's easier
Yeah,
to
because
talk.
everybody knows it.
Simone Biles
Mm,
situation, when a
mm.
man, and people in general, it doesn't even have to be man specific, when they like you, no, they're gonna try to make you look good, even when you probably kind of look bad, right? So in reality, the way that he's speaking about her, and women do excuse it because, like, they excuse Simone Biles because they see themselves in that situation. They see that, oh yeah, my man kind of does that to me too, and I've been accepting it, so she needs to accept it too. But in reality, a lot of men tell you how they feel about you, and they do it through their actions, right? And for her to say, like, I get what you all are saying, and I'm praying that that is her situation, but for her to be like, oh well, he forgets, it's like, is like, that's why I said, are you trying to convince yourself or us?
Her.
Because he like, you get what I'm saying. So I do think that, like, outside of them, like, if she's planning her escape, that's great, but the reason why we're so into this is because we see this behavior often, and the outcome is usually the woman sticking up for that type of behavior, excusing that type of behavior, and then running to us when things finally go south. And
Hey.
she said he does it all the time, didn't she?
Yeah. She said. But she said that. She said that he does it
On
all the time
here.
online. Which, and that's the thing.
That's even worse. That's
No, no,
even
it is. It
worse. It's
is.
behind her back.
But that's the thing about online, and that's what that's what I be saying. A lot of people be saying is, a lot of people come online to say the things that they can't say to the people, around them. That's why a lot of these niggas go to different rooms. That's why a lot of these niggas be in their cars. That's why all their car selfies and all of that shit, because they can never talk that shit in front of the women in their lives. They can never talk that shit in front of the kids in their lives. They can never do that shit, right? So they come online and they say the things that they really feel. How that plays out in real life, it plays out many ways though. You don't think that the way he thinks about her is not leading to some form of neglect? You don't think it's leading to some form of there had like a disconnect between them? You know what I'm saying? Like, of course.
Absolutely. He been
But
on
they were
here for the
never
past 2
connected to
hours. He
begin
could
Hold
have
on,
been.
y'all.
with.
Hold on. One at a time.
Absolutely. He been on here for the past 2 hours. He could have been spending time with his whole damn wife, arguing
No,
about some
Ocean,
bullshit.
he couldn't. She was working. She was working.
But he was claiming she don't work. That's what I'm saying.
Don't listen to him. We listening to her. She was working the whole time.
Let me land my point. He's sitting up here arguing about some shit that ain't got shit to do with him because he's supposed to be happily married with a good wife. He likes his marriage dynamic. So why are you arguing about a situation that ain't got shit to do with you for
I
2
don't
hours?
know.
That's what I'm
That's a
saying. He could have been spending time with his wife. He could have
because it
been
make him.
helping her out on a
He
Saturday while she's still working.
he could have not been doing nothing and just sitting back, not lying. I'd rather not be doing nothing. I would rather be. I would rather be not doing anything. I would literally rather just be sitting at staring at it. I'd rather be on TikTok just scrolling, watching videos and shit, listening to YouTube shit, reading my books. Like, nigga, you could be doing anything other than getting online and lying about your wife that's sitting 10 feet away from you, bro. Like, come on, y'all. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care what that woman say. At some point, that do gotta affect you. I don't know about y'all. At some point, that shit is affecting you.
That's abuse. He's neglecting her because
That's
he's there
crazy.
with her. He's there with her, but he's not there with her present in mind and body. He's
Yeah, I ain't.
physically there, but he all on TikTok in fantasy land.
Quote
When
unquote
he,
fantasy land.
yeah, it ain't real. It's fake.
Air quotes.
It's fake. But talking to real people about real issues
About real
and
shit.
about real shit and giving his real views about how he feel
That's
about
how
it.
he really feel. I
Expressing
don't care.
himself verbally with his whole chest. You hear me?
I don't care what that man say. That's how he really feel, and I don't care what she say. That's how.
I don't care what he say either. He
I don't care
like
what
that
he
woman.
or she say about it. That's how he really feel, and he need to knock that shit off. That's
don't
crazy.
Like his wife.
He don't, but he trapped that woman when she was 19. That's what woke it up. When I said that he trapped her, I was like, that woman trapped. Oh no, she. That's when he went and got her. Oh, she not trapped. Nah, that woman trapped.
Well, that's why he was scared about old boy sliding into a DM. Don't you say
Oh
that
yeah,
about
he
my
was
wife.
like,
Oh, he was. Oh, when P said that, oh my God, that boy heart jumped out his chest.
he snatched the phone.
Yo, he protective while beating his wife down with his words in this chat.
That's look, and here's what I be saying, and here's what when you talk about protection. Look, hold on, this is what we talking about when it comes to protection. He come online, he don't want to protect that woman at all. He want to tear her down, right? No protection for her there.
Not her character at all.
He tearing her down, but he would be protective of his property when it comes to P. Now he protective. Now he want to bulk up. Now his chest puffy. Now his glands all swollen because he want to protect not his wife, because he ain't protecting his wife, because free that woman. I mean, you ain't protecting her at this point. Free that woman. To me, from based on what you saying, that's crazy.
Protecting that P.
He protected his image. He protected his investment. Yeah, that's what he doing. Go ahead, Mr. Jones.
Protecting that box.
Yeah, that's that. I don't really want you. I don't really like you, but I don't want nobody else to want you.
Exactly. I saw a video the other day. It was a dude. It was a skit. He started the skit is him walking out the house, and he was like, "Fine, ain't nobody gonna want you anyway." And then right by the time he gets to the end of the driveway, it's a dude that's like it's like her work husband, her gym trainer, it's all these dudes. They all lurking and they coming. And then he get to like the 7th or 8th dude, he turn around, he walk back in the house, and he like, "Oh, we can work it out." I was sitting there going like, do y'all understand what that means? The homie said it to me like cracking up. I'm like, do you not know what he's saying though? Like, that's sad. Like he didn't want her. He just didn't want them to get her.
or to know. That's why he's speaking bad
I seen
about
that video.
her.
That's exactly what I was talking about.
And that's why he's speaking bad about her, so that people don't know her value that she truly has. And
Yeah.
that is the
There
resentment.
you
So
go, Katie.
When Ocean was speaking about the resentment, that he was kind of acting like, oh, she's materialistic. No, the resentment comes from knowing that he needs her, which in reality, it's not a negative thing,
No.
right? And that's why people are hesitant about building with other people, because of the resentment that may come from it. When you do that, you do end up in that good position, but they resent you because they feel that they needed you to get into that position. So his resentment, that's why he's speaking badly about her publicly, because he knows the value that she earns, but she hopes not only does he hope she doesn't know the value, but he wants to make sure that
Other
nobody else
people.
does.
Yeah.
That
He want
part.
he don't want
That's
he
the
don't want
part.
P to he don't want P to know how much she really wants.
I got a
And
question, y'all.
He
Hey,
let me
afraid
tell you
P
Katie.
what.
gonna wake it up. That's what
And
it
let
is. He's
and let
like,
me
she
tell
ain't
you.
worth nothing, man. You don't want to mess with her,
And he
fool.
said, she was like,
And
I'll
let
do your request.
and let me tell you what else he was trying to make her look like. She was a kept woman, like she was a gold digging
Yeah.
kept woman, because you know they don't like gold digging kept women,
Yep.
because she's too much maintenance.
Can't call her a gold digger
He
though when she was mining with you. Can't call her a gold digger when she was with you shooting in the gym, fam. That don't make no sense. That don't add up. The
yeah
math ain't mathing, brother.
yeah she
She
waking up
she
with
got
you going to
10 Gucci
practice.
bags.
She waking up with you going to practice.
She was driving you to practice, or coordinating the practice. Feed
Coaching.
giving you the food, making sure you got the water. She doing all you got to do is
All
shoot the
that.
ball.
She the
All
All
that.
you got
coach.
to do is shoot the ball. She done did everything else for you. Clipped your toenails, made sure the gym was open for you. Like ran the bath afterwards, the cold bath to the hot bath to the cold bath, so you can get. She done did all that for you. All you got to do is hoop and walk out. She ain't did nothing. Man, get the fuck out of here.
She
Y'all
just sitting
crazy
there
in the mother.
twiddling her.
I got a
She's sitting there twiddling her thumbs, just carrying her Gucci bags and stuff, and
She ain't
doing her
clocked in
name brand
today.
stuff.
She ain't clocked in today. Yeah, nigga, cause she working all day. You
Twenty
don't
four
look,
seven.
look, 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 look. You know what I want that woman to do? If you still listening, Miss, I want you to start clocking in and start charging that nigga per hour.
Put his ass on a
Clock in and
retainer.
charge
Ooh.
him per
Put
hour,
his
and let's
ass on
see.
a retainer since he don't work
Ooh.
a corporate. She can't clock
No,
in.
no,
She's on a
that's what I want
retainer.
to see. I want to see Miss Canebread clock in, and charge that man. I don't know what your
He
rate is. You can
probably
make
can't
it up.
really afford. He probably can't really afford the type of work that she does,
He's
to be
Of course
honest.
corporate.
not.
No,
Of
he's
course he can't
corporate. No, he's
afford it.
corporate. He's not an
He's
LLC like the Poors. He's not poor. He's
he
corporate. He can put her on a retainer.
I got a
because
question, y'all.
he
Oh,
doesn't
go
know
ahead,
the
Manny.
Hold on,
basic
let
math.
Nani go. Let
No, I
Nani
was just saying he's not a person that knows basic math, and I'm just hoping that she actually is a bit more smarter. Because by the sound of her saying that he was intellectual and things like that, he's the type of person that will tell you that the moon is flat. Like he's not gonna be able to like afford working. I swear to God he can't. And I
We
think
know
another
that.
part of this
Yeah.
conversation, when it comes specifically to men, is that they don't view anything as work if there's not proper compensation for it. And I think that conversation extends even outside of this. They do the same thing with stay at home moms, right? If she had a child and she was working at home, he wouldn't see that as work either. So, yeah, that's all I want to say.
Facts. Hey man, I ain't gonna even hold y'all. I'm about to end the live. I appreciate all y'all
No.
coming up. I
I
really
had
do.
a question.
Go
No,
ahead, Miss
G.
Dark Horse. Go
Wait,
ahead, go ahead.
did you ask when you asked about did you ask him? I know you asked him, I believe, does he have kids? And he said no, they're working on it. Was that him or somebody else?
No, that's what he said. Yeah, he said we ain't been blessed
She
yet. We
she
working on
is
it.
on 5 forms of birth
Oh,
control.
she not having no
She
babies with
ain't
that
having
man.
no baby. She planning to
She ain't having
exit.
no
That
babies
was
with
all
He
I
that
said,
wanted to
man.
say. She
absolutely
planning to
not. I'm
exit.
guarding my womb.
She 30. She 35. She's not having no kids, and it ain't take this doggone long to get pregnant. She's purposefully getting rid of everything that pop up in there. But that's it.
That's
That's
How
all I
old
facts.
was
wanted to say.
he? How old was
35.
he? He
35.
35 too?
Yeah.
Oh,
He
he
met her
gonna
when
have
she
a.
was 19. That's why I said he just got lucky and
Oh
met her
yeah.
when she was young. And that's why I said if you met her now, she would run for the hills with all them gold
She
chains
35
on.
also? She 35
I'm
also?
assuming. I think she said she was 35.
I
Yeah,
thought she
Uh,
was
she ducking
35.
and
I thought he was
dodging that.
older.
She ducking
I'm
and
a,
dodging them,
I'm,
baby.
I'm, I'm gonna tell you something right now. If a man walk up to you and he got 4 buttons unbuttoned and he got that many chains on, I don't know. I think by that, I think
Choose the bear.
the Bears
Choose
got to
the
get chosen at
fucking
this point.
bear.
Hey man, two button is the max, even for Miami. Like Miami is a 2 button. Like if you go to Miami, South Beach, 2 buttons, max. 2 buttons, max. That man have 4 buttons undone. Chains long as shit. Niggas don't even wear them chains long like that no more. He looked like a rapper from 2003. Fuck up out of here with that shit, man. Niggas don't wear them chains no more. Our chains fit, bro. They around the neck. They close. They close to the chest, fam.
Especially if the chains is mingling with the chest hair.
Yeah, when the chains get caught in the chest hair, it's time to go. But hey, I love y'all.
That's easily snatchable. Those are easily snatchable chains.
Oh, them chains are getting, man.
And
I don't
when
want to
you
wish.
ask her where the chains is from, you say it from Africa.
Yeah, I got the gold from Africa. I was like, then that don't make it no better. I wish you better all telling me you got the gold from California. At least I know some.
He wasn't the one that said the picture was AI. That wasn't him that said the picture was AI.
Yeah, he
I
says
don't
an
know.
avatar.
Yeah, he said it's an avatar. Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, okay. What the hell?
He looked like Belly though. He looked like Belly the rapper when I seen it from the avatar. I was like, that might be Belly the rapper if y'all look up Belly. But anyways, love y'all. Y'all ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell up out of here. Hey man,
Good night.
I appreciate y'all. Thanks everybody. Shout out to my mods, man. Shout out to my mods, best mods in the business. Appreciate everybody coming up on the panel. Everybody that banged the Cash App tonight. One love, one thug. Are you not entertained? Was that not funny? That was crazy. I was thoroughly entertained. We learned so much today. we learned so much today. We learned so much today. I went. Where you going? Outside across the street? Okay. 327,000 likes. We was litty 2 titties in this motherfucker. I appreciate y'all. Lovey, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thanks for the Cash App. Everybody that crowdfunded to get that man up off the live.